only be 2 videos that would be added this week, and then it's homework 6, which is Friday, while you're doing your work stuff. I won't do it while you're doing your work stuff because you need the computer, but
Makes sense. I think we're live. Oh, we are. Awesome.
okay. I'm gonna go try to stop on Instagram.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Sure. Thank you. Hey, we're getting everything set up. Hey, glad to see. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, page on the internet. Ooh, we got it. Thank you. Hey, we have multiple people
Be
jumping in.
careful with putting it there. Put it down there.
I appreciate it. Thank you. We have multiple people jumping in, even though the stream thing's set up. So I'm on Tiffany's computer right now, guys, because my computer, I have a whole bunch of updates and stuff. Oh goodness, it's a lot. We got a lot, but I'm gonna update y'all on everything in just a second. Let me make sure that it's gonna refresh the cache and jump in to our stream properly. Let me also get this chat box up. For some reason that's not showing up quite yet. We have the chat box. We need the background for the chat box as well. So we had a whole bunch of difficulties here. It tried to bring in some of my stuff, but it didn't bring in some of my stuff. So we're just trying to deal with that. Let me see how I might be able to do this for the moment. Anyway, we have multiple people. We have one viewer right now. I appreciate it. Epic Filmmaker said, hi, you're live. We are live. I appreciate it. Richard Taylor said, greetings, AP. Greetings, Richard. Dan said, hello from the Dan Republic. And I appreciate you guys. Yeah, so what we are doing right now is I am trying to get set up on Tiffany's computer. If you guys don't know, last live stream I did on my phone because my computer is in the shop right now. My keyboard just doesn't work sometimes. I've been in the middle of live streams with you guys, and my keyboard, it's a laptop, will just stop working. So it's 100% garbage. And Tiffany, back here, being the kind soul that she is letting me use her laptop right now to stream to you guys. I even tried to buy a connection to connect my phone physically up to the router that we have, and it's still not a great connection. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this work for you guys for right now, but they had to send my computer off, so it's going to be a few weeks till I get it back. So right now Tiffany and I are dealing with trying to share a computer, and I appreciate you guys being patient when it comes to the live streams and stuff. I'm trying to get my settings and everything for Streamlabs set up on Tiffany's computer while we talk and hang out. So bear with me while I'm actively trying to set everything up for you guys. You'll see the stream slowly morph and adapt into what we have been used to. And I really appreciate that from you guys because this has been quite a headache for us personally, trying to work between our schedules and stuff. And I know that for you guys, you want to get that good content. You guys want to see us hanging out and have updates because we've been doing stuff. There's still stuff that's happening in the Empire of Aeternia even when we're not on camera. But I don't get to update you guys as much about it. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. One of the biggest things that has been helping us at the moment has been let me see if I can maybe just move the chat box up. Maybe that's it. Maybe if I move the chat box up, it'll show it. Or maybe if I move it down below window capture, maybe it'll show it. Source. Shut down source when not visible. Refresh browser when scene becomes active. Chatter, font settings, visual settings, theme old school. Font settings, chatter. Yeah, I'm trying to get our chat box set up, but for some reason our chat box is just not wanting to jump in. But I do have the chat actually pulled up on stream, so I'm gonna just try and jump into it with people. We got 5 viewers. I appreciate y'all. FLD said greetings, Richard. FLD said I have good memes from the Discord. I am excited to see those memes. Nathan actually has been starting to take over our Twitter and Instagram as far as creating the posts for us. So Tiffany has been doing awesome with actually posting for us, like she just probably posted for the stream, and has been helping us to grow with that. But we have Nathan, who's been steadily creating posts for us, planning them like a week out. So that's great for us because it means we can schedule posts to try and have Instagram and Twitter posts for you guys every day if possible. And that makes it easier on me, that makes it easier on Tiffany, it makes it easier on Nathan, because none of us have to do all of the planning and all of the scheduling and all of the stuff for it. We can each do a piece, and so it helps a lot. Helps me to get more content out to you guys. Hopefully it'll help Gray and Steven to get more content out to you guys as well, which is what we're trying to work towards. So everybody who's watching and hanging out with us, I appreciate it. We are about to get into some new updates with the website, which is something that I want to bring up to y'all. So aeternianempire.wixsite.com/imperial market. If y'all haven't, Imperial Market. If y'all haven't been to here before, this is our website, and this is something that is a pride and joy of mine because I spent quite a while, working on it and designing it. It's still something that can be improved, and we will be improving over time. But as of right now, it's something that's pretty cool for us. We have a micronational map. If you guys don't know, we have our Twitter, YouTube, and Discord stuff over here if you guys want to check out that. But we have new updates to the Aristocrat board, which is the big thing, the big hype list that I've been wanting to talk about. I'm going to pull up some Free for Profit Pink for you guys, because he has some new stuff going on right now. So we're going to be listening to some of that while we look at the website and everything. Again, I'm sorry that the chat isn't coming up right now for you guys. I'm going to try and see if I can fix that for us pretty quickly. But until then, we're just going to be jumping in, looking at the chat on YouTube, and kind of jumping back and forth. I want to make sure that that desktop audio for you guys is all right, and for the output capture. Because the worst thing in the world, I know, guys, is having that really loud music come in without you guys knowing it. So hopefully that's fixed it a little bit for y'all. Let me know if you can hear the music. Let me know if it's too loud or whatever. Keep me updated, you guys. Real quick, we're going to jump into the website. Like I said, we have some updates. I actually need to update this again, and I'll do that real quick because we have updates. I goofed, and I put Drew as having 25 notes. Drew actually has 30 notes. So I am trying to get us logged in so I can make that update, but we do have some big major changes. Richard is on number 2 in the Aristocrat board. He jumped from having 10 notes to having 55 notes, almost surpassing Matt, but Matt just came back recently with the 60 notes. So Matt jumped from having 40 notes to 60 notes, increase of 20. Richard jumped an increase of 45 notes, going from 10 to 55. So he is getting neck and neck with Matt. And I think he's trying to take that top spot from him. So we will see how that goes and see if there are any words from the two rivals that we have, hopefully in the chat tonight. We know we have Richard here. I hope Richard's doing well. I hope he's feeling proud of his second place spot. And we're about to see how Matt likes it, because this is some heat that is bubbling up in Aeternia. And it's really cool to see everybody really actively participating in the Aristocrat board and in stuff like our Discord. So real quick, I'm going to make that change for us. I'm going to throw it back into our other things so I can show you guys. Oh, if it'll let me. Okay. Well, real quick, I'll just update it and then do it that way. 30 notes. Okay, cool. And then I will save that right here. Changes are saved. Publish now. Congratulations, your website's been published. That is perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to go into here, going to hit update, and everything should be fixed. Boom, there we go. Okay, so First top spot, as you guys know on the aristocrat board, these are the wealthiest people in the Empire of Eternia's economy. These aren't just citizens. These are people who have just invested in Eternia notes. These are people who are from different countries. These are some of our own citizens. The top spots are run by our citizens. We have Matthew Freeman at 60 notes, who's one of our dear citizens, somebody who's actually working on the Micronational Map show for us. If you're one of the people on the Micronational Map, be looking out for that. But we're also dealing with Richard Taylor out here. Richard Taylor, a guy who is big into history and has actually been working on potentially doing some historian stuff for us in the future. We've been talking a little bit about that, which will be really cool. But as of right now, there is just a lot to be discussed about how this aristocrat board is changing, primarily because we have a new spot. Since Richard jumped, he was originally tied with Mason Kodab for the 5th spot. And now both having 10 notes. And now that he has 55 notes, we are having to add a 6th spot. We're probably going to stop at 10 spots, so that'll be really interesting to see when we get to 10 and to see how everybody reacts to that. I'm trying to pull up our live stream stuff right now. By the way, we have 1152 subs, and that is incredible for us because, as you guys know, we're trying to move toward monetization. We have YouTube also just jumped from having us view watch time minutes to watch time hours. So now, if you notice, YouTube's starting to say y'all are big enough to view your stuff in hours, and that's really what we are trying to deal with at the moment. I'm trying to jump back into our live stream so that I can check on the comments from you guys. We have 14 views right now, 11 live viewers. This is actively insane. Maybe we don't still have 11 live, but we did. And that's big to me. Ooh, we do have 11 live viewers. I appreciate y'all. There's a whole bunch of stuff we got to talk about. Okay, so, Stevenson. Okay, we got a whole bunch of stuff. FLD said I have good memes for the Instagram. I'm excited to see those, Nathan. Nathan, again, one of our press nobles. Very cool. United Families from another country. I'm excited to see y'all. He joined, he said, I'm not a new member, I just joined. What's going on, United? How are you? Military Dictatorship of Logistan, we've seen them before. They're jumping in saying hello to us. Richard said, I saw some Empire of Eternia memes on Pinterest November last year, and there's not anyone. And there's not anymore. Go figure. That's interesting. Are there Empire of Eternia memes on Pinterest? I want to see Empire of Eternia memes all over the world. Let's go. Logistan said, been working on a language for Logistan, Loganese. That's cool. I hope Loganese sounds cool and is an exciting language to use. Beige jumped in. Duchy of Beige. What's going on, Duchy of Beige? I want to tell you, I always liked your name, Duchy of Beige. It's really like, it flows off the tongue really well. Gastanova joined in and said, hey, yep. What's going on, Stephen? That is Stephen. He is the master of the House of Treasure for us. He's our big economics guy. He has been doing quite a bit as far as we've been discussing stuff. We had a meeting a while back trying to discuss where we're trying to go with our economy. Our economy's been blowing up, so you got to give credit to Steven out here. Epic Filmmaker said, nice Logistan. Richard said, I'm not done buying notes yet. Ooh, so Richard's already in with the threats on Matt. He's saying, I'm coming for you, Matt. Watch the top spot. You can also really gauge how big our community is growing by the aristocrat board, because you'll see going from 60 notes, 30 notes, 25 notes, 16, and 10 to going 60, 55, 30 notes is a lot. Like we have, I think we've made like $200-something in income, not in profit, but in income so far this year. That's one of our next big projects, is to actually change the amount that we advertise as far as our income and our treasury, to actually deduct out the cost that it costs us to make our currency, to make, you know, the different metals and stuff that we do for you guys, all the stuff that we put out, the owls marks. We want to actually have an accurate reading of what our profit is, not just our income. So that's something to come for us. That's some new stuff that we're going to try and get into to expand and to be more accurate in when we explain to you guys what our economic situation looks like. You can really understand where we're coming from, because we're trying to move toward that $10,000 profit line to be able to purchase land easier. Nathan said, hey, Steven, how's life? Republics of Moroccan said, hello. Hey, Republic of Moroccan, I noticed you are not on our micronational map. And if you want to be, all you got to do is come to the site and, There are over 16 nations on our map. I think there's almost 17 nations on our map. You can apply right here. You can apply right here. You can also apply for a show. Once you apply for the map, once you're on the map, you can tell us the news that's going on in your nation. It'll be a big sensation. People will see it, and they'll go insane, man. Do it. You should join our stuff. Help us make a big community. I'd appreciate it, dude. It'd be a little bit silly if we blew up the world trying to make these micronations. It'd be a big deal. We'd be doing it great. And I'm going to jump back into the chat instead of rap now. I better sit back now. Ooh. Dutchy Beige said hello, Maroxan. Everybody's very, very friendly in the chat, which is good to see. Everybody's saying greetings, Beige. Dutchy Beige said thank you. Epic Filmmaker said my micronation contacted other micronations. We're starting a union called the New League of Micronations. That's exciting. Was there an old League of Micronations? Tell me how that went. Isaiah Burdett said hello. What's going on, Isaiah? We see you in the chat all the time, and I appreciate you jumping in tonight. Beige said hello, Isaiah. Richard Taylor said greetings. Everybody always very friendly. Nathan said I need no ring for me. I am the meme lord of Aeternia. You need a special meme ring for Aeternia. It'll be like a frog, or it'll be like a we'll figure something cool out. It'll be like the A face or whatever, or whatever. We'll get it. Matt said, Steven said, don't worry, that was me typing on your stuff. Is you typing on my stuff with what? I'm trying to figure it out. Dutchy Beige said, I just decided to name it after my favorite color. Very cool. Isaiah Burdett said, by notes, do you mean like your currency? Yes, so our currency are called imperial notes. So therefore, the amount, just like people say like dollars instead of US dollars or whatever, a lot of times a shorthand. The shorthand for imperial notes is notes. We actually want to create our own unique symbol that shows notes, like the dollar sign for the US dollar. We want to come up with a similar thing. In is already taken. I think Namibia or something like that already has in. So in is already taken, but we want to do a similar thing. Epic Filmmaker said, man, I have to go. I wish I could stay longer. Still, I appreciate you for hanging out. Any amount of time that you help hang out on stream, or anytime you go back and watch our old streams, come hang out with us later. Shoot us a comment after the stream's over, because it helps our watch time. We are getting like really, really close to monetizing this channel, and I want to talk to you guys about that tonight. But FLD said, yes, see you, Epic. It was very good to hang out with you, Epic. You're always epic, and I can't wait to see you next time. Dutchy Beige said, take care, filmmaker. You keep making those films for us. Richard Taylor said, greetings, Gastanova. I'm going to make sure the music's not blowing up in everybody's ears. No, it's all right. It's just mine for some reason. I have my audio up louder than everybody else's. Richard said, greetings, Gastanova. Steven said, hey, what up? What's poppin', Richie Rich? Military Dictatorship of Logistan said, one video idea, you could start doing a thing where you call out different micronations. I would really like to do that. I want to talk about it. Isaiah Burdett said, do you use MicroWiki? We do have a MicroWiki. It hasn't been updated in a while, and we need to update it. But we do have a MicroWiki, technically. It just needs to be updated. We have a whole bunch of stuff on there. It doesn't follow the track record of our nation at all. Our website is the best place to find information, current information about our micronation, but we do need to update the MicroWiki eventually. FLD said, API will finish the Aeternian show this week. As well, Nathan is killing the game. He's a press noble for us. He has been honored as a press noble for his work on the Aeternian show. The Aeternian show is a look from a citizen's perspective on the news and the current events that are happening in our micronation. A lot of the time, the stuff that's going on in our micronations all over the place, there's a lot going on with different departments, with the House of Treasure, with the House of Others, with me as the Emperor, with just what we're doing here, with trying to get people's currency out, with trying to explain the growth of our nation and what our plans are. Nathan breaks that down, and he does a good job. He kind of does these quick little segments of, hey, this is what's been happening this week, yada, 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 here you go. And I think people have really been vibing with that. There's been a positive reaction from the community, and it's a way to reformat and repackage what we're trying to explain to people in another way. So I really credit Nathan for that, and he's about to come out with the 5th episode of that, talking to Matt, who still barely holds on to the top spot on our aristocrat board, and we're talking about, what does it mean to be the richest Aeternian and stuff like that. So check that out on the next episode of the Aeternian show by your boy Nathan. Multiple things. Nathan said. Nathan said, Pepe the Frog with the Aeternian flag. Of course, we got you, dude. Nathan said, Steven the Prankster. Richard said, Richard said, Steven, I hate being called Richie Rich. I heard that so much growing up that I now find it offensive. Interesting. Do you think they said it based off of like Richie Rich, the like kid, like the cartoon millionaire kid or whatever? Isaiah Burdett said, I had a friend named Richie once and I called him Richie Rich all the time. Very nice. Nathan said, I updated the Aeternian meme about Malasia. I appreciate that. Let me get off of this shitty stuff. There we go. Okay, we're back into the music. Sorry about that ad, guys. Multiple things. I appreciate you updating the meme about Malasia. We're going to post that very soon. Jackson said, hello, Sir AP. Hello, Sir Jackson. Richard Taylor said, greetings, Jackson. Everybody jumps in with the greetings. Steven said, my bad, man. Just trying to compliment your newfound wealth in Aeternia. Sorry about that, bud. That is cool. You are wealthy Richard. You're not Richie Rich, but you are wealthy Richard. We got to make a meme about that. When you're Richie Rich, and it's just, and then when you're wealthy Richard, and you're all buttoned up and shit. I love it. Richard Taylor said it's okay. We get along here, even when you can't beef with the wealthiest people in Aeternia. We got some of the wealthiest people in Aeternia. We got Steven Vince out here, 60 notes. That's about to go up actually by a lot. And we have Richard Taylor out here at 55 notes. Both of them constantly like pinging off each other. It's going good. Jackson said, greetings. Nathan said, I'm also a teen, so I'm probably oversimplifying it. No, but that's good. Like, it's a thing where a lot of the time we have so many live streams where we talk all the time. We're talking about the Aeternian show. We have so many things that we're just throwing out at you guys all the time. For somebody to just simplify it for people and to say, hey, this is what's going on, this is what happened this week, is a huge deal. Because people can absorb it when somebody just quickly runs through the basics. It's a big, big deal, and I appreciate it. Military Dictatorship of Loganistan said the Aeternian flag is one of the only flags with purple in it. Agreed. That's one of the things that I've been really proud about. I knew whenever I looked up flags and stuff when creating Aeternia, that was one of the biggest things said, was that like a long time ago, purple used to be really, really rare and hard to get, and so it was very expensive. So only like royalty and stuff were purple. Therefore, many flags weren't created with purple because it'd be so expensive to make flags with purple. Now we have modern dyes where a purple dye is just as cheap as any other dye, so we made a purple flag, and I love it. Yeah, I think it's very futuristic. It shows advancement. It shows progress. It shows, that now we can do things that before weren't even possible. And so we're trying to model that after the Empire of Aeternia. The same thing with our symbol of the arrow flying through the axe head and Odysseus and all that I've talked about in a previous video. If you haven't checked out the Who We Are video on our YouTube channel, that explains the history and the concept behind the symbol on our flag. And I want to actually update the website with that soon. Jackson said, you remember last stream, right? I do remember last stream when the phone was glitching out and being awful. Nathan said the phone stream. Jackson said, oh. Richard said, greetings to Tiffany in the background.
Greetings.
Tiff said greetings. Jackson said, no, the one before. Oh, okay. Nathan said, remember, think basically. Nathan said, ooh, real quick, they're trying to get me on these 10-second ads that they throw in, so I can't click away fast enough. Nathan said, remember, think basically. Like from episode 1 where I said basically all the time. I appreciate that, but that's like a part of learning and developing. When I first got on live streams, there would be a ton of times on live streams previously where I wouldn't say anything for like 10 minutes. Like I'd be dead silent on a stream for a lot of the time, like playing a game or something, and there's a learning curve to doing anything where you like film yourself, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you, Nathan, and I think you're doing well. You're getting better every time, so I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see episode 5. I'm personally hype about it. Zane Karatala said, "Are you Winslow the singer?" That's a great. Ooh, are you random person Zane? Because the random person asked me the same question, and I said I'm barely AP the person. But I appreciate it. If you have checked out the Winslow channel, you'll notice on our YouTube channel my rap stuff. is actually just one of the recommended channels. It's the channel Winslow. It has like 20-something subscribers, and I have done some music stuff on there. So yeah. Oh, beanie. Yeah, yep. I wear this beanie a lot of the time when I'm doing my rap stuff. So Tiffany was joking around with me about that. Richard says the Wandering Emperor live stream was so bad. Hey, I'm so sorry, Richard. Yeah, it's a thing where that's what I was trying to do tonight. I tried to do another live stream like a few minutes ago, not a few minutes ago, like an hour ago or whatever, that was going to be on the phone because I got this new phone connector, and I was like, maybe this will fix it because I can plug directly into the modem or into the router, and it still didn't. It still didn't actually help. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to make it bigger and better, but as of right now, it's still difficult. I think it's just going to come back better than ever once I get my computer back and we can do this. But we're making some concessions right now. We're going to figure out how to get it as close to like it was on Tiffany's computer. Oh, multiple things. Jackson said Project Flowers worked. Very cool. I'm glad to hear. Richard said, I figured out what AP stands for. Awesome person. Richard, my tears. I appreciate you, Richard. You mean a lot to me. This whole community means a lot to me, but you're like a great representation of that. I think you've been somebody who, there's very few people, Steven, Nathan, you, Gray, Matt, there are a few people who just over time, you know, Viren, when he was really popular in the channel and when he was really doing a lot of stuff, who just jump in and are really, really supportive and are really active in the community and represent the community to new people who come in the live stream and who jump in the chat. You're one of our gatekeepers, Richard, in a really positive way. You always invite people, you always say hello, you always talk about the topics we're talking about on stream, and you let us know what you're thinking. That's what it means to be an Aeternian right now. And as we move forward with our land purchase, as we move forward with all the stuff we're trying to do, being a really inclusive and supportive member of this community is a pillar for us. So thank you for doing all that you do, even though you don't have to. You know what I mean? It's a choice to always be a part of a community or not, and you are really, really putting 110 in. So I appreciate that. FLD says, Jig Up For You is a GOAT song and only song made from an Aeternian. Hey, I appreciate it. I actually want to redo Jig Up because Jig Up sounds shitty. Like I don't know, the audio for it, I don't like it. But I really like the lyrics in it. I really want to re-record Jig Up because I tried to do some mixing stuff with it, and I'm not good with mixing, so I feel like it came out kind of bad. But For You is the second half of that, and it's a completely different song, and it has a completely different music video with it where we're just riding around in a car. So if you watch Jig Up For You, it helps a lot. Jackson said, yes. FLD said, I made the list. Let's go. Oh, hold up. Did you make the list did you make more for next week? I'm like so hyped. Oh, goodness. Logistan said, am I big in the community? You're big to us, Logistan. You know what I mean? Like you're doing a whole bunch of stuff. You got it. Jackson said, well, I need to stop an uprising in the nation. I'll be back as soon as I can. FLD says, I'm positive epic. Good luck. Dutchy Beige says, take care, Jackson. Steven said, For You is a top tier song. I appreciate it. But yeah, one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight, as well as the updates on the Aristocrat board, one thing, I've been lacking on some of our shipment stuff. So we're about to have more Richard stuff that's coming out. We're about to send more stuff to Matt and Drew, and as well Steven. That's what I was about to say. Steven forever has been a trooper because we have not sent him a pin that he ordered. We had hand-stitched, custom-made pins for sale on our website for probably like 5 or 6 months, and he was the only one who bought one, and it took me forever to get it out to him. I still haven't gotten out to him. It's been like 190 days or something late, like since he ordered it. So what I've been trying to do is figure out how to get him that pin. He purchased some other stuff recently, and so I'm trying to do a big thing, and I'm trying to do a really nice thing for it. I don't want to reveal too much, but Steven, just know it's late, but it's coming. All your stuff is going to come at the same time. We got you, boy. We're doing it. Just bear with us. We're trying to send everybody's stuff out. It's me and Tiffany are the whole industry here right now as far as manufacturing. So we're pumping it out. We're doing it. Just please have patience. I'll like keep updating you personally just on Etsy and stuff about what's happening. So anybody that has questions about like their orders or what's going on, email me, hit me up on Etsy. I will respond to you. Richard says, I followed a lot of micronations on Instagram and leave comments about Aeternia and what you're doing. I also asked them to check out your live stream. That means a lot, Richard. Thank you. That's a huge way to promote us. When people do stuff like that, when people just at least get people to jump on the live stream, that's huge. When people show up new in the live stream, that's all I try and do is get them to say, hey, just check out our stuff, check out our other stuff. If you're curious about, like, if you have a question about how to develop your micronation, we have videos about that. If you do whatever, you know, come and join this community. That means a ton to us, Richard, and I appreciate you for that. There's stuff that I actually want to get out now that's going to help the community more and get more micronations further invested in what we're doing and make them bigger players in it. So I want to talk about that real quick. Logistan said, I went to the Discord and I was confused as to where to go to discuss diplomacy. Oh, that's a great question. So we're actually about to have some updates on that right now. As far as diplomacy goes, you can become a foreign dignitary. So you can talk to anyone on our Discord if you are a representative of another nation about, you know, diplomacy. You can hit people up in the general and be like, hey, I'm looking for diplomacy or whatever, and that's okay, but I don't think people will respond as hard. They may say, hey, contact me, you know, privately DM me, whatever, and we can talk in more detail about that. But another great way to do it, if you want to like advertise your nation, like let's say you're like, I want to post the link to my Discord, or I want to post the link to my website or my YouTube channel or whatever, and I'm a nation and I want other people to hear about my nation. You can become a foreign dignitary for just $1. Just $1 gets you the foreign dignitary's license, which you can use, which gives you a foreign dignitary status on our Discord, which allows you to, whenever you want, have access to foreign dignitary specific channels on our Discord. So you can meet other foreign dignitaries, discuss sort of what each other's nations are doing. You can advertise stuff. Just because we don't want the general chat to be cluttered with advertisements, we move all of that to there. So you may not be able to see some of the foreign dignitary stuff right now, and that's why. But we're about to come out with a whole bunch of new stuff, including the prestige system, including licenses. So I want to have more nations partner with Aeternia. I want to start building alliances for Aeternia, and that's stuff that we're about to get into. So if you want to know how like you and Aeternia can work together, how your nation and Aeternia's like goals can become aligned, we are about to introduce the prestige system. And what the prestige system is a way for anybody who is a part of our community, whether you're a citizen of our nation, whether you are a foreign dignitary representing another nation to us, or whether you are a sovereign, someone who is neither a part of our nation or a governmental representative of another nation. If you are either a citizen of another nation or you're not a citizen of any other nation, you're a citizen of a macronation or something, and you want to apply to do work in the Empire of Aeternia, or you want to interact economically with our community, there's going to be a way to do that in this prestige system. The prestige system is all about licenses, so every citizen gets a citizenship license, every sovereign gets a sovereignty license, every foreign dignitary gets a foreign dignitary's license when you invest in that system. And what that's going to allow us to do is to have people who say, hey, I want to do a job for somebody. I want to complete what we're going to call quests. And those quests can be taken on by anybody who has a specific prestige which allows it. That will be foreign dignitaries and citizens and sovereigns who have a specific type of license and a specific prestige on that license. Prestiges are just the way that you unlock a thing in Aeternia. So if you are a citizen of the Empire of Aeternia, you will have a citizen prestige. That means you can access all the things that are available to citizens. If you are a government official, not only may you have a citizen prestige, but you'll also have a governmental prestige that'll be numbered, and depending on the number of that governmental prestige will allow you access to more of our like top secret documents, will allow you access to more meetings that we have, like more secretive government meetings and stuff like that. Not really secret, but just more exclusive government meetings. So all of that will be things that are discussed, as well as foreign dignitary licenses will work the same way. If you have a foreign dignitary's license, you're going to be able to get into special like exclusive meetings that we have with our allies and things like that. All of that is designed around this idea of trying to promote a community that works together and all has a similar goal. If you want your nation to become a part of that system, we want nations to adopt our prestige system. So we want these licenses that we have for foreign dignitaries, our citizens, and our sovereigns to be applicable in other nations. We want other nations to say, I accept the Empire of Eternia's sovereignty system in my prestige system in my nation. I accept people who have these foreign dignitaries license, these prestiges, and these skills. Skills will be another thing. If you have a particular skill set that you're interested in, like Richard. Richard is really good at wood carving and doing carpentry stuff. So if he wanted to, he could get a skill that certifies him through our nation. By just proving that he can do that and showing us some evidence of it, he can get a skill that defines him as somebody who is capable of doing carpentry and woodworking. So whenever if there is a micronation in our community and a foreign dignitary comes out and posts a quest for our community and says, we need someone to build a rocking horse for us, we need someone to build a wooden statue for us, we need someone to build a table for us or a throne or something like that, Richard could be like, I have the skills and ability to do that. Here's my citizen license. Here's my citizenship license, which has this skill set defined on it so that you can know already who's applicable for what quests and who can get different things done for you. It's like a resume all on your ID. It's very cool. I'm excited to talk about it with you guys, and I'm excited to release that. So the first iteration of the prestige system is going to be released very, very soon on our website for everybody to discuss. And what we are trying to do right now is to get micronations who are interested in that system to start getting on board and start signing up for it. So we're doing like early beta access to the prestige system. If you are interested in having your nation adopt the prestige system, please let me know. Please reach out either on our email at aeternianempire@gmail.com, either on our website. You can fill out a contact form and we will contact you about that. Fill out an application form, alliance application. We are going to go through all of the contact information we have from people so far and try to start sending stuff like that out and try and do like mass messaging on our Discord and stuff. But just in case it doesn't reach you, please, please, please contact us. If you have a micronation, this is the time to get involved with the Empire of Aeternia. We want to make you a part of our group. We want to make you a part of our community that all works together toward these larger goals. If we all invest in one system that does well for itself, what that means is the ability for us to actually change the way that micronationalism works. Because right now micronationalism works where individual nations will come together and make these alliances and make these pacts, or they may have these micronational unions and micronational organizations that deal with that. But what this is supposed to be is really for a community to say, regardless of alliance, we all have this similar system. We have the same standards that we work off of to move forward. So it locks you into this ability to connect with a community as a whole bunch of stuff. Richard says, there's about 50 of them. I followed about half of them. Very cool. I appreciate it. Lucastan said, I sent an alliance form. Thank you very much. We're going to respond to that, and we're going to hit you up with contact stuff about the prestige system. Same thing with White Wind. I was actually considering emailing White Wind today, but I want to do it very soon. White Wind, if you're interested in the prestige system and becoming a part of the Empire of Eternia's prestige system, really just accepting it as a standard in your community, please let us know. It's a good way for us to co-join our communities. It's going to be collaborate. It'll be really cool. Logistan says, welcome. Richard Taylor says, BRB. Kingdom of Salem says, I did not realize that you started the stream. We did. I appreciate you joining. White Wind says, brother. Hey, what's going on? Military dictatorship of Logistan says, do we have to pay money to have an alliance and discuss diplomacy? No, not at all. That's the great thing. What this system, what the prestige system is trying to do, and what alliances are trying to do. First off, I'm not going to jump around too much. Alliances, to apply for an alliance, all you have to do is go to the alliance tab on our website and fill it out. The thing that we proposal form, looking to become allies, hit proposal form and you got us. The thing that's big for us is we just want something that's economically viable. So you could say we want to make content for your YouTube channel, and as long as it's exclusive content that we can post and monetize on our YouTube channel, that's economically valuable to us. We'll do it. If you say we can send you goods or whatever in exchange for an alliance, we'll do it. You know, you don't have to pay us money in order to ally with us. We just have to know that we're both getting something valuable out of it. And for us, that is specifically economic focus. We're trying to purchase land, so we want to ally with people who are focused on their economies and who have some ability to give economically. Multiple things. Empire of Whitewind says no. Empire of Whitewind says, Richard, time to make some notes. Logistan says, hey, yep, absolutely. So you do not, you can fill it out that way. And then as well, we want to try and get people on this prestige system. Richard Taylor says, back. Whitewind says, yes, we will be fine with that. Logistan says, I don't have money. Again, that's perfectly fine. If you don't have, well, I guess that's an interesting thing. You're saying you don't have money. If you're saying you don't have money to like send us for an alliance, that's perfectly fine. We don't want money. We don't want any money. Like, you can just literally make content. Like, you could be like, I filmed a video that talks about what Logistan is. Here it is, you know, I talked about what I like about Aeternia. Here it is, you know, and that counts for us because we can monetize it and we can make money off of it. So that's fine. If you just want to create content for us, we'll advertise your content on our YouTube channel. That's something that's economically valuable for us, which doesn't cost you anything but your time. So if you have time to create content for us, you can have an alliance with us. That's as the way it works. That's as easy as pie. You're just saying, I will donate content to you so that you can make money, and in exchange, you are providing, we are providing the military dictatorship of Logistan advertisement. That's how we would do it. Logistan says Logistan does have a podcast. See, that would be a perfect thing. If you wanted to create content specifically for the Empire of Aeternia channel, if you wanted to say, this is a special episode of a podcast that's only going to be on Aeternia's channel. What's up? Get it?
I got you.
I gotta play with Moondust so he doesn't destroy Tiffany's phone, because he likes phones. He likes eating phones for something.
He doesn't like electronics.
He likes biting them.
Animals don't seem to like electronics. They chew on them all the time.
They do. Well, so what I was going to say is all you have to do is say, we're going to create a piece of content that's specifically for the Empire of Aeternia, a podcast, and then we'll say, check out Logistan's podcast or whatever. Empire of Whitewind said, suggestion for content, a video throughout the history of Aeternia. I would love to do that. I would really, really love to do that. I want to do it, actually. If somebody wanted to do that for us, that would be really cool. I would definitely hit it up. I'd put it on the channel. FLD says, sick. Nice, that could be cool. Yeah, absolutely. I really want to do a goodness gracious. I want to do a video about our history, and just that kind of shows what's been happening throughout our history. The big thing is it's a lot of editing, and right now I don't have my computer and its editing software up, and I don't want to download too much stuff on Tiffany's computer. So if one of you guys wants to do that, I will throw it on the channel like ASAP Rocky. But if you don't want to do that, I'll come out with one. You know, it just may be a few weeks, so keep that in mind. Tough said, neo-Nazis or communists are trying to overthrow me. I'm sorry, Tough, that sounds rough. Logistan said, haven't made a video yet, though. That's all right. We still appreciate it, most definitely. Logistan says, I'm working on it, though. I can put a link to the podcast. Please don't. That's the thing. We're not trying to just advertise like other. If you want to create like content for us, then we're happy to like advertise your thing. But if we don't get any benefit from it, it is hard for us to just like advertise other nations, because we are trying to go toward like specific goals. Empire of Whitewind says, if I were to do that, it would take me like 5 to 6 months. Sue me to being new to YouTube. No, I completely understand that. It takes a long time. It's hard. The other thing that we've been really trying to push with the prestige system is to get other nations to adopt our currency. If people will adopt the licensing systems through the prestige system, and if they'll accept the prestiges and the he's so cute. He's playing with his string.
He's getting drowsy from his medicine.
He is.
I'm not as pouncy.
Tiffany, if you guys don't know, had to send her cat to the vet a few days ago. I actually made
for the key.
Yep, I had to make a community post about that because I didn't end up doing a stream for a couple days, but that was what was happening. I really want people to adopt the currency system for our nation, because if people adopt the licenses, the prestiges, and the skills, that means that somebody can hand you their ID. You know exactly what their relationship to the Empire of Aeternia and other nations in its community is. You can know what that person is skilled at. So if you want to like try and get them to become a citizen of your nation or something, you can like hype them up. You can like find which people in our community are probably like the best people to try and join your nation. You can also, if we're all connected to the same currency, you can like give people rewards for quests as Imperial notes, which they can use to purchase things on our website, on our Etsy. So this is going to become a really, really involved system that allows someone who's starting a brand new micronation from scratch to have just a lot of resources at their disposal if they invest in our community. So that's the idea, is we want to apply more and more benefits and more ability that doesn't really cost a micronation anything at all, but just adopting the standards that we are trying to create. A whole bunch of stuff. Tuff said, ooh, a whole bunch of stuff. Zane said, hello AP, hello Zane. As well, get ready in the future pretty soon, hopefully next couple days, for our first auction. I'm going to try and make like a video just talking about the auctions and saying, hey, this is going to be the first piece item that's up, and I'm going to advertise it heavy. And then on the day of the auction, we're going to go live, we're going to do a live stream and just see how it blows up. We have 11 viewers right now currently on the stream, 12 viewers right now on the stream. I appreciate it. Also, the likes help. We got 10 likes. We got an average watch time of 9 minutes, 40 seconds. Y'all can see the stream fluctuating, and it helps a lot to keep people on the stream because we are getting close to that monetization. Steven said, I got some news you might like, AP. Well, I'm ready for it, Steven. Steven, Master of Treasure, the big boy up on the leaves. You know what it is, guys. I'm always ready for hypeness that Steven's got for us, because Steven comes with the bangers. Steven comes with the big noise, and I'm excited to hear it. Tuff said, I can make no content. I live in the middle of nowhere. What would I even do? That's actually really cool. If you live in the middle of nowhere, you can film like the forest and stuff around and be like, I live in a place that's really rural, and here's what my micronation does in this rural area. That no matter where you live, no matter what you do, you can absolutely make content. You can also make like podcast style content. That's what Nathan does for the Aeternian show. He doesn't show his face. He's actually potentially going to do a face reveal for this upcoming one, but a lot of time he'll just like have his voice and images. So he'll be like, hey, this is the Aeternian show, and it'll be the logo for the Aeternian show, and then he'll be like, and my name's Nathan, and he'll like show his name or whatever, and then he'll be like, and here's what's been happening in Aeternia. We did this, and he'll show little pictures. That's a great way to do it if you don't want to like show your face, or if you're worried about like having in-person or live content that you're doing. Richard said, editing videos was too much work. I've done a little years ago, and I quit because I couldn't get it the way I wanted it. Editing is really rough. I will say, there are a ton of tutorials online, there's a ton of stuff you can do, but it depends on what you're wanting to do. Even if you guys sent like video clips, we could do like a community show or something where it's literally just a hodgepodge of different clips that people send us, like a daily dose of internet, where you could go like, hey guys, so this guy sent us this video, and it's like Richard, and he's like, hey, I got all my notes in or whatever, and it's not edited, we edit it, but it's just him going, I got my notes, here's the notes, bam. And then it's like, now over to Nathan with a thing that Nathan did. And he's like, these are some funny memes for the week or whatever, and goes through the memes. And it's like, and now here's from Tough 10-4. And Tough 10-4 is like, I've been like making like a thing in the woods. It's like a TP or whatever. And it's like, now we cut to whatever.
Like phone line news.
Yeah,
Really, what's going on in the community?
Yeah, we can literally like have news for the community that jumps around all these different different topics. Absolutely, Tiff's got the idea. Multiple things. Military dictatorship of Logistan said, where is Aeternia? And FLD did actually accurately hit us up. Nathan said, based in Alabama. That is correct. We are based in Alabama. If you check out our micronational map, you'll actually see we have 2 territories. And we will talk about that more soon. Empire Whitewind says, I see the community post. Empire Whitewind said, AP, I do accept that. Hey, I appreciate it. I would love to do that. Yeah, so Empire of Whitewind, if you want to like talk to us about that, I'll hit you up. I want to talk about that more. I appreciate you contacting us. Tough says, I've adopted the money system, but we don't have the same civilian systems. That's perfectly fine. Like, we're not saying you need to become a part of our micronation. No. You have your sovereignty, you do what you want. We're just saying this is an open community that the more nations and the more people we have a part of it, the better and stronger a community it becomes. And as well, the more nations that are invested in it, the better it is for each individual nation because they have a larger market that they can advertise to. So if your nation does start producing a thing, you're already a part of the currency system that's established into our market. You're already making things that can be connected to not only like 10 or 20 people you're trying to advertise to, but potentially hundreds or thousands of people who will have the opportunity to look at your stuff, who will have it advertised to them, who may purchase their things. Tough says, I've adopted, and we can also promote stuff like that. Like, it's a big deal. Richard Taylor says, greetings, Whitewind. Kingdom of Salem says, I will not adopt the note. That's perfectly understandable. You definitely don't have to, but I would recommend it. It's just a big system we're trying to create. Hopefully in the future you'll like see some value to it that makes you go, ooh, and jump on it. FLD says, I'll be the auctioneer. LL, JK, I can't talk fast. I'll try. I'll be like 100, 200, 200, 300, 350, 350. I don't know if we'll go that high, but it'll probably be like $10, $11, $11.50, $11.50, $12.
We got 15. Oh, we got 15, 16 already. We got 16.
Tiffany will be the auctioneer. She's got it. She's in the kitchen ready for it.
Oh, we got 20 over there, 20, over here, 25.
Tiffany's practicing. She got it.
I got it.
Oh, I believe it. High five. That was awesome. I love that. Richard says, greetings, Tough. Greetings, Tough, as well. Tough says, if you don't mind me asking, what city or town is Aeternia in? Because my dad's a truck driver. I've been all over, and I wonder if me or him have ever been there. Probably so. I'd say you check out the micronational map. FLD says, Steven, what's the news? Yeah, I'm excited about it. Richard Taylor says, greetings, Salem. Oh, Steven said I'm in the citizen voice chat. Ooh, okay, so I gotta jump on Discord then. Discord. My bad, Steven. I didn't mean to keep you waiting. Let me jump on in. I'm jumping in for Steven so we can hear Steven's cool news. Hey, we're jumping in. Oh, okay, I goofed it. We're jumping in. Ooh. Okay. Steven says, Steven's what's the news? Greetings, Tiff's tipping. Richard says, greetings, Zane. Oh, we have 10 viewers. I appreciate y'all. But the thing says 7 viewers. I'm so confused. FLD says, I'll join Steven because why not? Whiteman says, tough, same. That's a great question. Also, that's very cool. Again, I'd say check out the micronational map. Also, if you're close enough to us or if you want to like hit us up, we can do like public, just like email us and we can find places to like meet between us and stuff. It's just
Please,
possible.
COVID safe.
Yes, 100% COVID safe. We will be masked up out the womb. Tough said same. Kingdom of Salem said nope. I am in the process of redesigning our currency in the stanza. Congrats. That's very cool. I'm gonna see if I can jump in with Steven and with and Nathan. So let me jump into the citizens voice chat. Okay, and let me mute our music. Hey, hey, we're in it. Let me mute the music real quick so we can hear everybody and I can turn up you guys.
How do you feel about steamed veggies?
Ooh, steamed veggies sound great.
I'm trying to figure out how to do that in the Instant Pot. The Instant Pot has a thing to do that in, but I don't know how to set it up.
That sounds cool. Hey, can one of you guys talk real quick so I can see how that sounds?
Yo, what's poppin'?
No.
Ayo.
Hey,
Ayo.
perfect. We can hear
Ayo.
y'all. Hey, fantastic. Okay, we got it.
What's good?
Okay, so we're here with
Hey,
Steven.
Five Guys.
Hey,
Yeah.
hit us up with this fresh news.
Oh, okay. So we're just getting right into it.
Yeah. I'm hyped.
Yep. So I'm gonna start streaming. Finally built the PC. I haven't finished building it yet, but have all the parts. So that's gonna be good.
You can't see me, but I was hard dabbing on stream. I was really excited.
Yeah, so I'll start streaming and you'll have to deal with my personality.
Hey.
So good luck to y'all.
Ooh, is this gonna be the famed Sundays with Steven?
This might be more than. I'm gonna hurt you, Nathan. This might be more than Sundays with Steven. This is gonna be a couple days a week. We'll see what my availability is. I'll kind of just pop in randomly.
Hey, very cool. Consistent streams with Steven. I'm very hyped.
That's why I was texting on your account, cause trying to see if I was still compatible.
Oh, absolutely. Are you like set up on it? When you said that, I didn't see the thing. Like I didn't see what you were talking about.
Oh yeah, I was just typing with your account. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't mind it. I guess I didn't notice, so it's fine. That's cool though. That's cool, man. I'm excited about it. Everybody get hype about Steven stuff. I'm really hyped about it. Steven, I was going to talk to you about, well, actually, that's perfect, because I was trying to talk to you and to Gray about, I've been trying to move stuff over for Gray, because Gray was for a long time on trying to deal with the social media and doing the Instagram and Twitter stuff, which has been a huge thing we've been slacking in. But now that we have a system going, Nathan's been hitting it really hard, Tiffany's been really hitting it hard, and we have something that's a little easier for us. I wanted you and Gray to focus on content. So that'll be perfect if you're able to do live streams, because you can update people. It'll be great.
Yeah, we could do live streams. We could do a house podcast. Shit like that.
I love it, dude. I'm really, really excited.
Yes. We need a Steven podcast. That's all we need.
Trust me, that's the last thing this world needs. I'm gonna curse it.
No, I'm hype about it. Do you have? I'm trying to think of fresh take topics. I'm trying to think of fresh take topics for the house streams.
Is Oreos in orange juice a viable option?
That's a great question. We gotta see if.
Not AP.
Nathan, you're obviously uncultured. I don't trust your opinion.
I was gonna say we need to see if Oreo and Twitter will ever hit us back up, and we'll ask them that question.
We need real first world problems.
Of course. Only Oreo can truly answer this for us. Real quick, Tuff said, my dad says he's been near there. Oh, that's very cool. I'm glad to hear. Roland says, hello, AP, Tiffany, and all. I hope everyone's well. Hey, Roland, we appreciate you jumping in. Andrew Carter said, good afternoon. I'm still throwing that Andrew Carter's now a king. Congrats, King Andrew Carter. I hope you're doing well. Richard Taylor said, one of the founders of a micronation on Instagram hasn't done his homework. He claimed 7 different islands without understanding international maritime law and knowing there is no unclaimed land. A lot of people do that, Richard. I would definitely recommend looking up MicroWiki if you want to get mad about some stuff like that. There are just a ton of people who claim there are probably 80 micronations who claim beer to will and Antarctica and stuff. There's
I
so
Dang,
many.
Saturn.
100%. If you're Micronation and you want to just get like that bit of triggered, just go on MicroWiki and look at it.
Of course. Just when anybody starts a nation, just start off claiming like all the planets, like Antarctica, Beer
Yo,
to
Nathan.
Will.
Did you hear that there was a Micronation that claimed Uranus? You should really get a restraining order on that, man. That's not cool.
It's really offensive. It's crazy.
Steven, of course. He's picking on me because I'm a young guy. Of course you are, Steven.
Of course, I pick on all children.
Of course.
Builds character.
It builds character. It makes them tough. Goodness. Yeah, every time I try and like walk out my door, somebody keeps showing up and being like, "You're claimed," and I'm like, "Oh no," and I keep closing the door. It's a big issue. They just keep hanging out in the parking lot. Tough says 7 islands. LOL. I own 7 continents. Exactly. That's what. Shoot for the moon. You know what I mean? Literally. Empire of White Wind says, Richard, there are 2 unclaimed lands, one in Africa between Egypt and Sudan, and a border conflict between Serbia and Bosnia. No, those are both the things that everybody claims. You're saying Liberland and Beer to Will. Don't do it. Don't fall into the trap. White Wind, you're better than this. Richard Taylor said, greetings to Roland and Andrew. But yeah, Logistan said they must go to bed. Good night, Logistan. We appreciate you.
It's 10:04 here, but I don't care.
I appreciate you. It's 9:04 here. At some point, I have to jump
It's your
on the
bedtime.
Ooh, it's about to be. It's about to be everyone's bedtime here in a minute. But the big thing that I wanted to try and get to is what do we want to do for March? Because I know we've had like a big we just had like gaps. Like we tried to plan stuff for March, but we really just like got like baselines out of the way. I think everybody got on the same page like right at the beginning before March. But then now we're like trying to figure stuff out. I'm trying to figure out what's a good like comeback plan for March now that we're like 9 days in.
Okay. First of all, nothing happens in March. Like, who cares about March?
Accurate.
It's a very insignificant month, in my opinion.
Garbage month.
Of course, absolutely trash tier. But I think in terms of a comeback, yeah, just pump out more content that is live streams and a bit more content that isn't live streams.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Nathan, what do you think you could pump out?
Okay, I'm not sure how well I'm gonna do with this, but I want to start like making a lot more memes and then like making the Aeternian show more up to date. And I'm not sure. I can't find the right word. I don't know.
Do you want to just turn the Aeternian show into like a podcast?
Maybe. I don't know.
That'd be cool. I could be a guest on there if you want. I'm not that interesting, but I can just rant about Oreos and orange juice for 2 hours, and that'll be good.
It's basically a video podcast.
Yeah, we can film each other.
I mean, that's how Joe Rogan got big with his podcast, so...
Very true. That is one interesting thing. Joe Rogan's podcast is a podcast, but I think a lot of people watch it to like see the stuff. Like you can see him in the room.
Yeah, I do.
I watch it for Jamie.
How do you?
Nah.
Jamie's the greatest.
I only watch one clip, and that's Elon Musk smoking weed with Joe Rogan. That's the only clip I watch.
Very accurate.
Bro, that meme is like years old.
I was gonna say my roommates. I've had multiple roommates who have watched Joe Rogan podcast. I don't think I've ever watched it consistently, but there was one time where I got on like a YouTube rabbit hole, and it ended up leading me into Joe Rogan like alien conspiracy theory talks. It was really interesting.
You love to
Sorry,
see
I
it.
kind of laughed. That was kind of rude.
No, you're good. It was crazy. He had like multiple people in there talking about like, no, I'm serious, you guys. Like the aliens, like they're in Area 51, and there's a scientist who knows like the thing. It was really crazy to watch.
Raid Area 51 was a complete success.
Of course.
Absolutely nothing happened.
No, they got him. They got the alien.
Really? No.
No.
No, they got the biggest alien. They had a guy with a North Korean flag. Yes, he
I'm
was the
pretty
biggest
sure we
alien.
actually succeeded. They just, Men in Blacked us and shot us with the neuralizer.
Of
That
course.
could be. It could be the government with propaganda. You don't know. I don't know.
These are the exact type of topics that if
Nathan,
only Joe Rogan was
Do
here.
you know what Men in Black is?
Yes, my dad watches every movie about 3 times every weekend. I've seen the same part in the third movie all the time.
Your father's a good man, Nathan.
Also, you watch way too much Law and Order.
Dude, honestly, if you don't watch Law and Order, you'll not get away with murder.
I was going to
Damn.
say, Law and Order is a pretty legit show.
I'm just saying.
I know, with Jake McCoy or Jack McCoy, I already forgot his name.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad. I already know like two of the characters' names. It's very sad.
Multiple things. Elijah Wood said this is a good month. It's not trash. Eliza, what happened to you in March? Is it your birthday? If so, happy birthday.
Yeah, is it?
Is it trash?
No.
Is it in the trash month?
Absolutely trash month. The only good thing is that McDonald's has Shamrock Shakes, and that's about it.
Ooh, did they bring it back?
They always
Boo,
bring it
nah.
back. What are you, crazy?
Ooh, I haven't seen it. I've been to McDonald's. I may not have been to McDonald's within this month. I've been to McDonald's not that long ago. Like, I guess a couple weeks ago, and they haven't brought it
No,
back.
I make homemade Shamrock Shakes. They're way better, and I know what's actually in them.
Oh,
Unlike
for real?
McDonald's.
That's cool.
Wait, can Tiffany hear us?
She can't, but Tiff, do you want to hear us talking about Shamrock Shakes?
No, I was just going to do a major look kind of thing.
Steven said he did a made you look at me. I did look. I did look. I have a little hat on.
She didn't look. She looks not impressed.
He says she looks not impressed. She's not impressed by your memes, Steven.
AP, I just noticed how you were wearing that beanie.
I don't get the big like hype of the Shamrock stuff.
She says she doesn't get the hype of the Shamrock. Also, we have 14 viewers. Thank you guys. That's crazy. Average watch time.
She said she doesn't. She doesn't understand the hype of the Shamrock Shake.
Ooh, okay. Tiffany just needs to join this conversation. I'm gonna unplug the headphones real quick. We're having this. We're having this conversation. Let me make sure everybody can still
Tiffany,
hear.
I know where the door is in your house. You can get up and leave through that door because you don't understand Shamrock Shake. You get out.
I don't.
Okay.
I do not.
Can she hear us now?
Yep.
I just
Get
do
the
not.
pressure.
She can
Tiffany,
hear
are
you.
you available?
What's up?
So you don't understand the hype of the Shamrock Shake.
I've had it and I don't really care for it. What does that look about?
Oh, I'm
Hey,
just looking at you because I'm wearing this weird hat.
AP,
Yes.
we need to have a talk.
About the Shamrock Shake
very
or this hat?
We need to have just a jet. It relates to the Shamrock Shake, but I think you're gonna be very disappointed.
We do need to have a talk about the Shamrock Shake as well. This
Just
is
like man to man, guy to guy,
Man to man, guy, gentleman
He's gonna
to
start
gentleman. She just doesn't
Yeah,
understand.
watch it.
he's gonna start Stevens pointing. No, I do think that if your partner doesn't have the same opinions of you on the Shamrock Shake, you probably need to get a divorce. It's
How do you
just,
feel about Shamrock Shake?
honestly, I've never had it, so this is about to be a breaking ground. We gotta see.
Alright, hold on. He's not gonna like it. I can just say that.
No, he's gonna like it.
He's not gonna like it.
He's gonna love it. Tiffany, you're dumb. AP's gonna love it. He's studying physics in college. He will absolutely love the Shamrock Shake.
Anybody who studies physics, for a fact, loves the Shamrock Shake.
Yes, because you understand the velocity of how much ice cream goes into the cup. You understand how round the cup is. You understand the air pressure in there.
Of course, I can appreciate the beauty of the Shamrock Shake from a physics perspective as I throw it in the garbage.
I worked at McDonald's for a while.
You don't really
Trust me.
like minty
You
things.
will
Expose your
appreciate how
secrets. What are the chicken nuggets made out of?
chicken.
But like
Liar.
pulverized though.
What, you thought we like used the back of deer ankles to make chicken nuggets? No. It's real
How do you
nuggets.
know?
Also,
Because I killed the chickens.
Steven, how is working at McDonald's? Like, do you have any shit-ons for McDonald's?
Do you have any what?
Like shit-ons? Like, are you like about to roast McDonald's out here as a workplace?
I need to tell you something about McDonald's. About one particular McDonald's that I like lived around before I moved over here.
Steven, got another question about working at McDonald's.
If you're an ass to a McDonald's worker, just know that every employee in that restaurant has a headset. So they are all hearing you.
Oh, cool.
Will
And
people
trust
spit on
me,
your food?
we will ruin your shit.
Oh
But what if I
no!
don't go to McDonald's?
I don't think I'm
Have you
ever
ever
mean to McDonald's employees, but I'm
You ever seen
sure.
that like photo of the McChicken that had a bunch of mayonnaise on it? Like absolutely overflowing with mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I had a really bad experience at a McDonald's before.
Were you a bad person?
No, we were completely fine, and I just wanted a simple milkshake, and it took 5 freaking years. We were also in Georgia.
Was it a Shamrock Shake? Because then it would have been worth it.
Yeah, it was a Shamrock Shake, and it took like
Okay, so I don't
5
know
years.
why you're complaining.
They're
Obviously,
like,
it's a
we
long
had to
process.
get it from Ireland. We had to pick shamrocks from Ireland.
We pick up 4-leaf clovers, squeeze the ever-living daylights out of it, and put it in
Yeah,
your
but then
mouth.
also we were in Georgia. Like Georgia's just dumb. So
I'm so sorry. This stream took a turn for the worse ever since I've been here.
I appreciate
We were
it.
talking about auctions. We were talking about new stuff that's happening in that.
now we're talking about Georgia.
Now
We
we're
talked
talking
about
about
Oreos and then Shamrock Shake.
yeah. Now we're talking about all the good foods. We're also unveiling my new look, my new official like ceremonial look. It's just gonna be this hat and a T-shirt. That's my new look.
On the stream, I'll see what your hat looks like.
I like to think that this character that you're playing right now, it's just called Low.
It's just
Not
called
Winslow,
low.
it's just Low.
It's just low. This is
Just
the low part of Winslow. This is
Rock bottom.
rock bottom. Winslow.
Hit rock bottom.
It's just me in like the homelessness video, but it's just this though. It's just a replacement. I'm just laying on the street. Which is this.
With all due respect, it looks like you hit rock bottom, heard the phrase "the only place to go is up," said bet, and started digging.
I was like, you don't know how low I can get. Even my wins are low. Look out. I appreciate it. That's my motto in life. That's my dream. You can't get lower than me. Impossible.
When you hit rock bottom, that
That's the thing in the words.
continue digging.
Ooh, 2 people talking about. I'm sorry. I didn't hear either.
What'd I say? Cool. So what's the
Awkward silence.
Okay. Somebody, one person. Let's see.
What's in the auction?
Hey, great question. So I want to make the next thing I want to put our first auction item. I want to put out a unique custom medal. It's gonna be I guess it won't be custom because nobody will see it till I release it. A one-of-a-kind medal. I'm only gonna make one that's just like that. That's what I was gonna do with the Unity medal, but we ended up like people liked the Unity medal, so we ended up selling out more of the Unity medal. We only have 15 on the site right now, and people are already like buying them up. So that's going down. We probably have like 10 or 12 left if you guys want to get Unity medals. But after the Unity medal, we're going to be releasing this new one. one-of-a-kind thing. We're just going to make one, and I think that's how I'm going to do future medals. So, like, if one becomes really, really popular, I may make like a not one-of-a-kind version and do like a small, quick-release version. But for a lot of them, I'm going to just do a one-off. So I'm trying to think of the next, like, really cool medal design. Or if you guys have a similar, like, uniform type thing that you think we should start making, let us know, and I can also do things like that.
Bro, my stabler's so rich. How am I supposed to get this on kind of metal on my uniform?
These are the
They're
questions.
just in a buff. I don't have the money.
Steven,
I have $20 on Patreon, my guy. I can't.
I was gonna say you're already hella dead. Steven, I'll make you your own custom medal and I'll send it to you for free.
No, don't do
even
that.
worry about it. Steven,
I need to earn
Has
it.
Steven been working at McDonald's very long? Usually most people who like work at the restaurant are like, I don't ever want to eat at that restaurant ever again.
Steven, did you hear that?
Nah. I heard something about restaurant.
She was like, Steven must not have been working at McDonald's long, because if he did, he would hate eating at McDonald's.
I only ate the oatmeal and water because I was trying to be healthy with it. You
But
ate
I didn't
water.
try anything else.
Ooh. Real quick,
No, I
Joshua.
butt chugged it. Yes, I drank it, my guy. Come on now.
Ooh, nice. I appreciate it. You could potentially do that. I'd be impressed if I saw a McDonald's employee just start pouring it down their pants.
Would you really? I want you to think about what you just said. Would you really be impressed?
A Shamrock Shake, I'd be impressed. Yeah, I'd be like, wow,
Okay,
they're
the
dedicated
Shamrock
to their
Shake, that's
job.
defiling it.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
You're defiling the Shamrock Shake.
That's true, but for a good cause. Like you're showing to your customers what it means to be a dedicated McDonald's employee.
What it means to ascend.
What it means to ascend. Of course. Real quick, I am gonna go into our shop because somebody just asked about where they could purchase the Unity medal, and I've got them right now. I can 100% show you where to get the Unity medal.
Oh, time for him to be a shill.
Yeah, you know it.
I'm messing.
Hey, I gotta advertise it. I gotta get us out here. Okay, so if you want to buy the Unity medal, Josh Orkin, I see you. I'm sending a link to our Etsy site. So there's a link to the Etsy for Josh. Yeah, so real quick, if you go to the Imperial Market, let me jump back in here so you can see it. Yep, here's the Imperial Market. We have 22 sales as of right now. We have the Owls Mark, which is a show of support for our land purchase. We've had a number of citizens who have bought it. We have a couple of non-citizens who have bought the Owls Mark as well. That means a lot. It just means you're a person who's early on investing in our nation to help us get a land purchase. We also have our Imperial Notes. Our Imperial Notes are a currency which you can invest in, and hopefully pretty soon we're going to get the ability for our Imperial Notes to be used on this market. So if you want to buy stuff that comes out later on our market, you want to invest in our currency, you can buy our currency to show us support now, and then if you find something in the future on the site that you like and you have enough notes, you can just turn in the notes to be able to get that. The Unity medal. The Unity medal is right here. That shows support for micronationalism in general, and just being like, it has the shield and the arrow on it. It's just showing that we recognize each other as sovereign entities, as a respect for the micronational community in general. So if you're interested in that, the Unity medal, hey, and we have had a few sales of that. I think 4 or 5 sales of it. We have 15. We only have how many left? I'm not certain how many we have left, but there's a few in stock left. So look out for that. There is the Unity medal on our Etsy site. Okay. Back on the stream. Empire of Light One said a site. King Andrew Carter said I'm fine. Thank you, Richard. Richard said it wasn't on fire, it was glowing. Mick Tough said you should make 5, 10, 20 bucks. Oh, as far as our currency, we will do that, I'm sure, in the future. As of right now, though, it's them $1. Also, we have 13 likes. I appreciate y'all. That means a lot. Okay, so Steven was hitting us up with shamrock shakes. We were talking about why you can't pour a shamrock shake down your pants as a McDonald's employee. Are you sure? Are you certain you can't just pour it down your pants?
Would you pour holy water like down your pants?
Yes,
But
because we
no,
all need Jesus.
Nathan, you need more than Jesus. You need therapy. No, you wouldn't do that.
I did therapy, so take that.
I was gonna say everybody needs a little bit of therapy. You get that therapy, you come out
I have a
feeling fresh
cross
and
necklace
clean.
and I read the Bible every day.
There
You
you
read
go.
the Bible every day?
Try to.
If you poured holy water down your pants, do you think people would call it a Jake Paul level event? Do you think they'd
So
be
this is
like,
how we get famous, huh?
that's what I was about to say. You plug the merch as you're doing atrocities to people's religion.
Ah, yes.
Elijah Wood said, AP, what is the inflation rate of your currency? That's actually a great question, Elijah. So we're pegged to the US dollar right now. There's an exchange rate of 1-to-1 to the US dollar. So that means that if you exchange, you're just like a whole bunch of currencies around the world. There are a ton of currencies, especially after World War II. And during World War II, they're pegged to the US dollar. We're pegged to the US dollar. So if you purchase our currency and you want to exchange it for USD, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So one Aeternia note, one imperial note, is equal to $1 US. So the inflation rate would be technically the same as the US dollar because it's pegged to it, but also we have like an active reserve of US dollars to currency that we print. So there really isn't a large inflation rate. It's just based on the US dollar inflation rate. As far as physical goods and their worth. Tough says, I'm planning on becoming the richest man with your cash. Won't last long because I can't keep up with it, but I can bask in my glory for a minute. Tough, I appreciate that. And also, if your nation becomes the #1 richest in our currency, that's going to get you on the top of the aristocrat board. We're going to be talking about it. Your nation will get advertisement from that. And also, that'll just help you in becoming a larger part of our prestige system. If you want to like adopt the prestige system, that'll make you and your nation like a big partner in that for us. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm considering now really investing in putting a lot of our social media and like advertisement budget into just seeing how many like shock value it's just a prank bro videos we can do offending people's religions. That's the next step.
Ah, yes. Just
Yeah.
a prank, bro.
Of course. It's just have you ever seen that video? There's a video of 3 guys who were doing a prank. It might have been in another country or something, but they were trying to do a prank of like robbing a museum, and they went to jail.
Oh, yeah. The Stoke twins or something like that.
Yeah, and they ended up like
Which happened in
going to
LA.
Funny.
yeah.
Yes, felony equals money.
They did something like they said they had like a bomb in the place, or they were like
Yeah.
we're like robbing it like at gunpoint or whatever, and they didn't really have anything.
Am I allowed to swear on the stream? Because I know the perfect way to sum it up.
They went to jail over it. It was really serious. Yeah, go ahead.
The whole video was just fucked up.
It was really crazy. You see like them doing the prank, and everybody's like legitimately scared, and then they leave, and then the police show up. It gets crazy. Kingdom of Salem says, okay, real quick, sorry about that. Queen Marionette sent us 2 messages, and I didn't respond to either of them, so I'm going to respond to them right now. Queen Marionette first said, AP, I can't stay, but if you check the Insta, I sent a message. I'd be very grateful if you responded. Thank you. I will respond. Actually, Tiffany, do you mind if I use your phone?
No.
Thank you.
No.
I will respond to that while we're talking. As well, she also threw in down here. AP, I saw a message. I sent a message to you on Insta after the last stream. I got you. I appreciate it. Queen Marionette, we got you. Thank you very much for staying consistent with us, and I will hit you up. I'm sorry, guys. So what were we talking about?
Huh? What? I don't even know.
I just did a
Random
big spiel.
shit.
Oh, we were talking about just people going to jail over pranks.
Oh yeah.
I've
Yeah,
actually never heard of this.
there's big story to it. Also, I remember like back in 2017, Jake Paul and Logan Paul both got arrested in Italia, the land of meatballs.
Ooh, interesting.
I can speak Italian.
I know they did some. I know the Suicide Forest Japan thing was a big deal. Also, Queen
Yeah.
Marionette, real quick, if you have time and you're still on stream, what is the name of your nation? Because I'm on Instagram. I'm looking to see what the name of your nation is or what your Instagram account thing is. That's the. If you tell me what your Instagram account name is, I can like find your message easier. I appreciate it because I do want to respond to you. Worst comes to worst, email us at eternianempire@gmail.com and we'll get back to you certainly. But I do want to find your Instagram message. Suicide Forest, Jake Paul.
Crazy stuff about that, man.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. 2017. What a great year.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kidding.
Have there
Pretty
been
bad.
any similar things? Like, I felt like that was gonna, at the time, I felt like it was gonna be a thing that started more stuff.
Yeah, and it really did nothing.
It is true. I think everybody got like worried. Like, there
It just
was.
made Keemstar more famous, but that's like it.
That's true. Has Keemstar gotten in trouble for anything yet? Like, I know he's always like shitting on people.
Yes, 100%.
Ooh.
He's that
I'm
thing.
kidding. He probably didn't. All I just know that's big news out of him is like he like supports Trump, and that's all I know.
Interesting.
For Trump.
I don't know. Do I?
You gotta. Yes. Get the hat on your profile picture.
Ooh, I got you. I got you, Queen Marionette. I see you. I will respond to you in just a minute.
Oh, you found really good.
I got her. I got her now. Richard Taylor says, I'm stealth rich. I buy notes and don't brag about it. You say you're stealth rich, but you jumped up. You jumped up hard, Richard. Richard's now in second.
Yeah, Richard, keep using that money so I can buy that auction medal.
Rainbow.
Ooh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Rainbow,
use your
skirt,
funds.
skirt.
As well as Steven, you might pretty quick end up passing up Raymond because we just have like notes we need to send you. So it's just, yeah, I think you're like potentially about to hit number 4.
Honestly, the aristocrat board, I gave up a long time ago, bro. These people got way too much money.
They're serious about it. I will say though, honestly, if you're trying to play the long game, that $20 a month Patreon tier, you don't have to buy no like if you were just trying to be the aristocrat board and that's all you were trying to do, you could probably make more doing just the aristocrat board. But to tell you the truth, if you're playing long game, doing the $20 a month, you just slowly rack it up, and no one ever sees your purchases because it just goes in there. You're just steady every month getting $1. It'll rack up.
It's what we call stable income, ladies and gentlemen.
The hella passive
yeah.
income game. Um, Josh said, "My country is not communist; it's a socialist monarchy democracy." That sounds complex.
Wait. Socialist and democratic.
Socialist in credits game. Communist
Is it?
theme song. Monarchy democracy. I don't. That sounds very. I mean, I guess technically that Monarchy
Believe it or not,
democracy sounds.
believe it or not, there's actually been no like real communist country. They've all been socialist. There's never been a one communist country.
Makes sense. That's true. A whole bunch of countries do call themselves like the socialist, whatever. Like the USSR was like a socialist thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Salem says question mark. Tough says, is this going to be one of those auctions where they keep everything everyone bets or just the winner? No, no, no. It's going to be just the winner. We're going to do it specifically based on an auction site. Like what we're going to do is we're going to advertise it a couple days like early, and we're going to really shout it out, and then we're going to have an auction site. We're going to say if you're interested in putting in a bid, the auction will go live at this time. And then we're going to have a stream once the auction goes live and be like, the auction is starting, everybody's jumping in with the auction, We're going to talk about it. So yeah, it'll just be the winner. But if you are the winner, what we're going to do is we're going to have it like go through the auction site. So you purchase it, and then we'll like hit you up about like sending it over to you and like needing your contact information. I'm not sure if auction sites already request your contact information so that you can send it. We'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know more about it as we come up on it, and I'm actively starting to work on something to make for that. So stay tuned with it. Queen Marionette said mine's a socialist constitutional monarchy for now. Tough says my country is like a semi-imperial confederation. Interesting. There's a country that sent us their flag a while ago through Gray, actually. And they are a confederation. And I thought that was really crazy as a micronation. Because it's just like a lot of loosely connected smaller countries. It's really interesting. White Wind says, Emperor AP, would you like the trade sword knives in return of 30 notes? I think it would, potentially. Like, we'll see about it. I'd have to look at the knives and swords and stuff. Like, we'll have to hit it up. Kingdom of Salem said, I am a constitutional monarchy. Queen Marionette says, I think you got to ask Gray since he's in charge of foreign stuff. That's also true. Stephen and Gray are both people to hit up about that. I would say probably Stephen. Stephen's the person who like is over our treasury. If you wanted to do like a, is this worth this value thing? I'd say ultimately it's probably going to be Stephen looking at it and being like, can we like, is this valuable enough that we could get more than 30 out of it? So that'll be your boy.
Yeah, money.
I don't know if someone sent us like a cool sword. Do you think it'd be worth 30? Like if we auctioned a sword one day, you think we could get more than 30?
A sword, like
Yeah.
a claymore.
I don't know.
Is that legal?
Oh, I'm sure it's legal. I'm sure you can auction a sword.
Or like a little dagger or something.
Yeah.
Bro, you can get like upwards of 50.
I was gonna say, yeah, that would be very cool. We
You
could
gotta
potentially do that.
no, that shit's expensive.
Yeah. Let's see the sword or knife, and then yeah, we could probably do that.
Pass that down to the overlord or something.
Absolutely, that would be very cool.
The sword.
It's the sword of Aeternia. Da-da! Crafted in White Wind. Da-da! It's like a Valerian steel from Game of Thrones.
AP on Discord sent you a funny meme.
Hey, I appreciate it. Let me check it out. I wanted to say as well, I really want to make, I don't know how to do it. I'm still trying to figure it out. I saw a guy who made aluminum ingots that look like Bhaskar from Star Wars and from Mandalorian, and I really would love to learn how to like make it like that. It's really cool. Oh, you rickrolled me! Ah, Nathan rickrolled me. But it's just the like, it's clear. How did you do that?
I don't know. It's on a different Discord server, and then someone did that, so I just saved it to my phone.
That's really
This
smart.
meme.
Yo, my phone's about to die. I'll be back in like 1 sec.
Makes sense. See you, dude. Real quick,
He's gone. Talk badly about him.
of course, let's all say bad stuff about Steven. I'm gonna show you guys how sneaky this was. Real quick. I'm not trying to put anybody up, but all right. So we're in Nathan and I's conversation, As you can see, it looks like Nathan sent me nothing. And then all of a sudden, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. I appreciate it.
Actually, Steven, on AP, fun fact about that, I found a GIF of it at school one time, and I did it, and then I just airdropped it to a bunch of people at my school.
I love it.
They got so mad, but it was kind of epic. Oh yeah, also we had a sub that day, obviously.
Did you airdrop it to the sub?
No, it was a boomer, so she thought I didn't have it.
That's fair. I do think
All
that
the
was,
teachers at my school are boomers.
that's fair.
So when we had to do online school, it was like teaching your grandparents how to use an iPhone,
Yeah. You know what's
which
interesting?
I actually had to do painfully.
My dad, I thought was a boomer. My dad was born in 1945. My dad is actually the generation before a boomer.
He's the
He's a part of the
not
greatest generation, or whatever the fuck.
the silent. I don't know.
The silent was his parents, which is really interesting. I like looked all that up recently because I was trying to learn.
Your dad was born in 1945.
My dad was born at the end of World War II. My dad is 76, I believe, 75 or 76.
How old was he when you were born?
Yep, my dad and my mom.
Cause you're like 22.
Yep. My dad and my mom were 19 years apart. If he's 76, I think he's 75 technically, but if he's 76 right now, 76 minus 22, 4, and then 2, 52. He was 54 when I was born.
Bruh, I thought my parents were old. Wow.
Yep. Both of my parents actually had me after previous marriages. So it was a thing where they both ended up having divorces and having kids.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they got married and then had me. So I'm like hella late. Yeah.
Got it.
But my mom and my dad are 19 years apart in age, so very, very unique situation.
Yeah, I mean, my parents have the biggest age gap ever. They separate by 3 days.
3 days? That's crazy.
Yeah, their birthdays are 3 days apart.
Do y'all celebrate them together, or do you have 2 birthdays back to back?
And we just got to dinner once. Like some family or something like that.
Very cool. Also, real quick, I want to jump on that in a second. Joshua said, Emperor AP, I would like to establish diplomatic relations with your country. My email is this. I appreciate it. One, so that you don't have to dox your email, and two, so that I can make sure to get back with you. If you email us at aeternianempire@gmail.com, I would appreciate it. I'm gonna try to remember this, but if I like forget the email or something, it's hard for me to go back and see it. I'm gonna try and look back in the comments later to see if I can find this. But if not, I really appreciate you emailing us because it helps me. I get distracted with stuff, I get busy with stuff, and I want to respond to everybody, but sometimes I can't. So if you hit us up with an email, that'll get it in front of my face, that'll like bug my phone about it, and I will respond to you a lot quicker. Queen Marionette said, AP do be right. What sword you offering? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't steal our sword, Queen Marionette.
Yeah, don't steal our sword, because if you do, then that's just sad.
Queen Marionette
You
said,
make Elon Musk sad.
Of course. Queen Marionette said, what can you make? Elijah Wood said, swords can go for hundreds of dollars. Empire of Whitewind said, hundreds now, you say. Empire of Whitewind's going to start charging us a ton of money for this sword. Goodness. Tough said, I have friends in Alaska. I can't govern the land at all, so it's far away, but he wants to be a part of the nation. So then I realized, man, how am I going to rule any of this crap? And then I decided I should be a confederation. That makes sense. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Queen Marionette said, mine was once an empire and now it's dead. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. If you ever want to join Empire of Aeternia, we're here for you, Queen Marionette. We got you.
Can we get some F's in chat?
Of course. Richard said, I have a kung fu sword that's never been used. It would make a great accessory for any official uniform. Absolutely, Richard. I would love to see that. You've talked before about like homesteading for the Empire of Aeternia once we get our land and stuff. That would be really cool to have a guy who's like working in the Empire of Aeternia who has like the sword. He's like, I'm ready for anything. That would be really, really cool. Richard Taylor, when we meet in person, You've got to show me that sword. I'm very excited to see it. Josh Orkin said message retracted. Queen Marionette said, we had people in Canada, Sweden, Germany, Switzerland, the UK, and the US of A. Very cool. White Wind said, I made a failed knife before, but it was out of rusted scrap metal. Still, that's very cool. Joshua Orkin said, link for Discord. Link for Discord. Got you. Got you, got you, got you, got you, got you.
Got you.
We have got you. Oh, wait, no, but I don't want it to expire in 7 days. No limit. New link, copy. And we are throwing it in for you, Josh. As well, if you DM us on Discord, we can also get to you that way. Me6 says, why did you say don't start a micronation? That's a great question. Because a lot of people who are brand new to micronationalism, who don't know anything about starting a micronation, a lot of the time, if you're serious about it, if you want to start a real country, a nation that you hope becomes a macronation, there's a lot that goes into that. This is like a full-time job for me, even though I don't get paid like it's a full-time job. So it's a thing where we're just trying to like put any money and any time that we get into like a land purchase. We're doing so much different stuff, coordinating with different nations, with our own government, with trying to promote ourselves like on these live streams and like on our social media. There's a lot that's involved with being a successful and thriving micronation, one that's really giving to the community like this community deserves. So what I'm saying is, I wish more people would join micronations instead of starting their own, because there are so many people who say, oh, I started a micronation and then my micronation failed, so then I made a new micronation, and then I made a new micronation, and then I made a new micronation. And by that time, your branding has changed so many times. People may not know that you're the same person who they knew from another micronation. It just gets really hard to track micronations. It becomes a thing where if you feel like you are interested in another country, and the idea of my home country isn't helping me, I want to create a real future for myself and the people around me, there are probably micronations out there who are doing the thing that you're interested in, one of which is us. So I always recommend that if you are someone who hasn't started a micronation before, if you're someone who can find a reason to support another micronation, that micronation probably needs your help. That micronation probably would love to have someone dedicated and who understands or can learn the ins and outs of micronationalism. Nations need tens of hundreds of people to run properly, and it takes a long time to build up the stability to make that run smoothly. Just like having Nathan, just like having Stephen, just like having Gray, just like having Richard. Richard's someone who had a micronation before this. There are multiple people who are a part of our nation who have already created nations before and who have come with their expertise to help us grow and remain established and to put forward their ideas into who we are as a nation. There's a lot of room for culture in a nation. There's a lot of room for development. So if you're saying, I have these ideas that I want to be able to become implemented in a real country, you don't necessarily have to start your own country to do that. Plenty of times you can help to push another country into success and become a founding member of that, become someone who's important to the culture and decision making of that nation. And that nation will be forever grateful to you for that. So that's why. Tuff said, I own a square foot in Scotland I got for Christmas, so I'm technically a lord, and I'm considering making it a part of the country, but not sure if it's big enough. That's very cool. I've seen people advertise stuff like that. Like, you can get a square foot of Scottish land, but if you do that, do you actually have any, like, property rights in Scotland, or is it like you can own a piece of the moon type of thing? Queen Marionette said, I will if it's a
you
good...
own a piece of the moon.
Exactly.
Like that.
White One says, AP, if my swords turn out good, I may raise the price to 80 or 90 notes. Then I would be like, maybe, because we also need to be able to sell it at a point where we can make a profit from it. So again, it depends. I'd have to see the sword, but we'll see. I think for a good sword, I'd probably pay like 50. But we'd have to see. Tuff says, I wish I knew how to make a forge to melt metals. You should just follow our previous stream. We've just done that. We've just made videos doing that exactly. Elijah Wood says, who sells just a square foot? People who don't really give you property rights in that country. Because if you're a foreigner who buys property in another country, you probably don't actually get the land rights like someone who buys it who is a citizen of that country. Richard Taylor says, I'll gift you the sword as a thank you for helping me rebuild my trust in people. Oh, I appreciate that, Richard. You don't even have to give. I think the sword is best belonging in your hands. I want to see it become a part of your house, Richard. I want to see it become a part of your dedication to this community. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'll be a big item in Aeternia and Eternian history because it's yours, because of who you are to us. So I'm honored by that gifting. I would probably gift it right back to you, just because I wouldn't want anybody else to have it. I want that to be a trademark for who Richard is, and what that means to us. Tuff said left while he was answering him that exactly. That's interesting. That's low. Me6 said good night. Good night, Me6. Queen Marionette says, when I start up my economy, nobody better ask to build a Mondo burger in my nation. What's Mondo burger? Hit me up. White Wind said, finally got a new friends to join my nation. Population's 8. Congrats. So, what is this? Is it chicken?
Mm-hmm.
Pork?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's pretty good. First off, congrats, Whitewood, on having a population of 8. And that's very cool. It always takes a long time to like build up citizenship. Elijah Wood said, Queen, are you only letting good burgers in your nation? Whitewood said, OMG. Queen Marionette said, yes, only good burgers, but she capitalized it like the name of the restaurant, Good Burger. Whitewind said, I just seen that chat. Richard said, Whitewind, that's awesome. Yeah, promoting the citizenship. Tuff said, you actually own the land, but it's a national forest and you can't build there. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like supporting a cause, but you know.
The bed's even about to be done.
Ooh, thank you, beautiful.
When we're done, I'll see you, please.
I appreciate you. Kingdom of Salem said, the link is to the shop. Yes, the link is to the shop. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'd say I want to do something like that eventually once we start purchasing land, is to do a thing where we're like, hey guys, today we're going to be doing, selling like, not titles, because I don't like selling titles, but selling like specific support of our land purchase. When we do like a big land push for like the final amount that we need for land, or to cover like once we hit 10,000, if we're looking for like additional expense coverages and things to like help us build, or to help us like turn on our water and power, to buy solar panels or something like that, or just to help us with like equipment. We'll probably do a thing where we say, hey, if you guys want to like purchase like a bond in Eternia or something, like something that would be worth a higher amount of money, we'll like put up a plaque that has like your nation's name and stuff, and like a little plot of land on our land. So like a little small thing that says like they helped to pay for like this much of the land or whatever. So yeah, like a national forest support sort of thing. Queen Marionette said, me lord, if you'd like, I can design a ship for you, as I am studying both residential and naval architecture. That's very, very cool. I love that. What what are you learning in residential architecture? You may be able to help us with building our land and developing it. Josh Orkin said, I sent you something on Discord. Hey, I'll hit it up. Tuff said, I have 6 citizens that live in the country, 1 that doesn't, 1 that lives in a foreign country. Still, congrats. That's awesome. Especially having people in a pressure cooker is so cool. I love it every time I see it. I hear it go off. It's interesting. I was going to say, the cool thing about having a citizen in another country is that helps to like promote your country to other cultures, other people all around the world. So you don't know how much the micronational community is growing just thanks to that person who's advertising for you, who's showing support. Whitewind says, I know how to make planes. That's crazy. Marionette said, I could also design your capital. Yes, I would love that. Thank you. White Wind says, I just don't have the materials. That's fair. Tough said, place, I make guns and crockpot bombs. Ooh, that's crazy. I wouldn't do that. Queen Marionette said, oop, it kicked me out of the stream for trying to use emojis. Oh, I'm sorry. Queen Marionette said, what did you say about what I just said? I said, definitely. I want you to help us develop our capital. I want when we get land, I want you to help us create stuff, and architecture and designs based around Eternia. I really want Eternia to have an Eternian feel and to really like soak in our culture. So I'd be excited to talk to you about concepts for that. Josh said, could you add me to citizen chat, please? I would love to, but you're not a citizen, Josh. Have you applied for citizenship? If you do, go to our website, citizenship right here, boop, and you can apply for citizenship with the Empire Needs You. If you apply for citizenship, we can get you in a citizenship, and that's how you would be able to be a part of the citizen chat. The only thing is you can't have another micronation, and you've got to provide some economic value, if that's creating content or paying a tax on Patreon, whatever you want to do. Elijah Wood said, tough, where do you work? That's an interesting personal question. Richard said, Queen designs it, I build it. We got a team already. Exactly. Queen Marionette said, what about the ship thing though? That's very cool. I would love for you to help build our ships. We actually have a boat video where I've helped to start designing and building a boat for my dad and for our like maiden voyage or whatever for the Empire of Eternia. We have been building a boat, a PVC boat that's quite large and we're actively developing. It takes a while for me to develop it because it's in our southern territory. But thank you, cutie. But if you are interested in learning more about that, I suggest you go back in our channel, watch that video, and learn about what we're doing. I'm excited about it. Whitewind said, I could build the roads. Hey, yeah, see, we're getting a whole construction crew together. We are going to build Aeternia. Tough said, I said, don't ask. Kingdom of Salem says, I claim my entire city, so you can consider my population 22,000 or it's 4 official citizens. Yeah, I would say 4 official, because if you claim an area, it should be an area that you can adequately claim, if you're a realist micronation. That just means that if someone were to ask someone in that area if they are a citizen of your nation, or if that is your nation, if they say no, then that shouldn't be a part of your claim. So if all 22,000 people in your city would say, yes, 100%, this is the Kingdom of Salem, then yes, you can absolutely claim your city. But if they don't, then I would say claim only the people who agree that that is the Kingdom of Salem. Tough said. Ta-da-da.
You can see the steamy veggie.
I do. It's very cool. You can see the steamy jumping out there. We're gonna turn it into a dinner stream. Dinner stream. Tough said, hey.
I already ate dinner.
Ooh, did you already eat dinner? We're in a late dinner stream.
I ate like 5 hours ago.
Oh dang. I'm sorry. We missed Nathan's dinner stream, but we're making up for it. We're having dinner now.
I had quesadillas. What are you having?
Ooh, that sounds very good. I'm having some Tiffany home cooked country cooking meal. I'm super excited. We have like it's like grilled bits of pork and some steamed veggies. I'm really hype about it. Tiffany always comes in clutch with the seasoning, so her seasoning's always really good.
I don't know what to do, so instead I was like, you know what? Let's get some flour, let's get some pepper, and let's get some chili. We're gonna like dough up the pieces and then just fry it.
Tiffany did like fried pork bits. It's really good.
They're called boneless pork sirloin, diced boneless pork sirloin, or whatever.
Yeah.
Weird.
Diced boneless pork sirloin. Very cool. Also, we have 80 views, 11 likes, 11 viewers, 16 likes. I appreciate you guys. Whitewind says that their population is around 39,000. See, that's the same thing. I appreciate Tough jumping in and say, hey, AP, is there a citizen census? So, kind of, sort of. We don't have an official census as of yet, but we do keep record of our citizens and their information. So right now we're trying to come out and roll out the prestige system. So for a number of our citizens, like Nathan, like Steven, and like Gray, we already have their licenses established. They've been sent their licenses. We have them in a doc, so we're actively updating their licenses as they do stuff. As well, we have, and they have their prestiges and everything that they've earned already. As well, we have the information based on how many notes all the citizens have, what their jobs are, when they joined, stuff like that. So we have documentation on our citizens, but we don't have an official census. I guess that's basically what it is. So in a way, yes, we do. If you guys would like to learn more about that, we can potentially put out an official census, so we don't have any like private information from anybody like leaked out. But we can do something like that. If you're interested in learning more about it, become a citizen. Tough said they claim 7 continents, so 7 billion is their claim. I appreciate that. Marionette says, how much would you offer for a rough draft of a city plan? This includes residential, commercial, government, plumbing, electric, and gas plans. I don't know. Like, that's a thing where I would have to sincerely like work with you for like months or years on. I think that's a thing where we would need to be actively like developing and trying to build as we're talking about that, because it's going to be in stages. So I would imagine initially, um, I couldn't even price it for you right now, because when we're doing things officially, that'll probably get into quite a bit of money. But as of right now, I wouldn't even want to guess. So let's continue to talk about it.
Does Marionette watch that show about the ladybug? You know what I'm talking about?
The ladybug.
Yeah, because the ladybug person, her name is Marionette.
Oh, that's cool. I don't. I'm throwing
Miraculous.
miraculous. Interesting. Look, there's that meanie boy. But yeah, we will have to talk about that. Empire of White Wind says my guess would be 50 or 60 notes for that. Hey, White Wind's memeing on us because we said 50 or 60 notes for the sword. It all depends on what we're trying to do. I imagine it would be like we would cut it up into smaller pieces and then probably pay you smaller amounts for like individual pieces we need at the moment. Salem says I never really recognized them because they never applied. Um, recognized who? Because they never applied. Oh, the citizens? Interesting. Josh Orkin said, I just applied for citizenship. Hey, awesome. I appreciate you, Josh. I will hit you up not right now. At the end of the stream, I will look at your application, I'll fill it out, and I will contact you. There's actually been a number of people who have applied for citizenship. I think we're at like 30 something right now and like 50 something on our Alliance applications. So we're about to be spamming everybody who's ever sent us an Alliance application talking about the prestige system, and then we are going to be going through and trying to contact all the people who have reached out for citizenship. We've done a lot of the citizenship stuff already just because we always want our citizens in, but I will go through and absolutely contact you really soon, Josh. Tough said, I'm thinking about becoming a citizen because my nation's not doing much. I would really appreciate it. It does mean a lot to us, and we're trying to rapidly grow. Like, we have governmental positions that need to be filled. We have like stuff that we're trying to get out as far as like private businesses so that people can sell stuff on our imperial market directly. We're about to create a whole infrastructure for the Empire of Aeternia, and that's what this prestige system is the first level of doing. So I'm excited to be talking about that. Queen Marionette says, as soon as I turn 18 and once you have enough land, I'll come out to survey it and work from then. Until then, I will work on ideas for it, such as what the buildings will look like. I really appreciate that. Thank you for going the extra mile. Because I know that's the biggest thing for me is like, I don't even know where to begin. I want it to feel like cool. Like when you walk into Aeternia, I want you to feel like, wow, this is like unique culture. Like if you go to like India, or if you go to like China, or if you go to London, if you go to South America, and like Mexico, all the building designs are like unique and different, and you know that you're in a place because of the way that those buildings look. So I'm definitely excited to see what you come up with. Real quick, I think, Nathan jumped out of the chat. It was good to have you, Nathan, talking to us. I appreciate it. And I will hit us back onto some stuff very soon with that. Again, I appreciate Nathan joining us. Nathan, if you guys don't know, a House Noble for the, he is a press noble specifically for the House of Others, creates the Aeternian show for us, and we love him, we appreciate him. And we appreciate you, Queen Marionette. Thank you very much. You're gonna, I'm sure this is gonna be a big deal for us. Empire of White Wind says, I've been looking out my window at some stainless steel out there for my sword. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see, you're gonna come out with like a 30-foot sword. It's gonna be incredible. I love it. Josh Orkin says, we can have great diplomatic relationships. Yeah, I would really like that. Tough, I would definitely say if you are interested, my nation's not doing much in so many revolutions. Yeah, I would say Tough, if you are interested in joining a community and a nation that is trying to become a real macro nation, that is trying to become something that, you know, works like a job and everybody has a set function they're trying to push forward to get us land, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. That's what everybody in our government's doing. So if you're interested in that, this is the place to be. And I appreciate you considering that. We always take people who join our micronation from other micronations very seriously because everybody has a passion for this. Everybody wants to see their dream come true, and so we want to help that dream come true for you through the Empire of Aeternia. You know, there will be positions for like lordships and stuff eventually once we have more land. There's going to be positions for like management over like other government officials. There's a lot to do. So the earlier you jump in, the bigger a position you're probably going to get if you want it. Joshua said, we can have great diplomatic relationships. Richard Taylor said, Queen, I graduated from trade school with certificates in carpentry and cabinet making. Queen Marionette said, whoa, that's cool. Yeah, absolutely. Richard is very, very cool, and I'm excited to see Richard like build and develop stuff for us in the future. I'm like personally very excited to meet Richard. Empire of White Wind says, I'm going to go to a school for welding, but I'm only 12 right now, so I have a while to go. That makes sense, yeah. I am 22, about to be 23. I'm trying to get through my degree in physics right now, and that's like a long process. I'm still actively struggling with it, but it's something that is really cool. Like as you go into any sort of trade degree or any sort of like technical degree in any field, in architecture, in physics, in engineering, in you know, math, in chemistry, even in like English and stuff, when you dive into a specific field of study, in plumbing, you learn so much detail about that industry and about the field that you're talking about that you would have never even considered before. So it's really, really cool to see how things work and the ways that our societies function together. White Wind says 30 feet is a bit much. Agreed, agreed. But it'd be cool to have like a big, like Samurai Jack sword or something. White Wind says, I'm better with knives. I've never really made a good sword. I keep trying though. Yeah, it's just hard because you have to have a really big kiln, or a really big furnace, I should say, or forge. Because you need something that's long enough to stick the entire length of the sword in, get red hot, so it has to be big and powerful. Then you have to be able to pull that out and like hammer it while it's still hot and shove it back in and pull it out and hammer it and shove it back in and pull it out and hammer it. It's a long, long process. But I believe in you. If you can do it with a knife, if you upgrade your forge and stuff, you'll be able to do swords soon enough. You're going to eventually be on Forged in Fire. If you guys haven't seen that Netflix show, Forged in Fire is all about making weapons and stuff like that from forging and learning the techniques of it. It's really cool. Queen Marionette said, how do you like the sound of, actually I don't know what to call it, so I'll just describe it as the Capitol building, being right in the middle and being visible from everywhere. Yeah, that sounds really cool. I really like that. Queen Marionette says, why go to school when we have textbooks in our pockets? That's very interesting. And I will say, to learn from people. Like, textbooks are fantastic. Textbooks are written by incredibly smart people. There are so many times, though, where I've just run into, in my own college career, have run into like a graduate student or something who like I just talk to on the side and will teach me something I never knew. Like will teach me like a really fundamental thing about physics, or teach me like a really cool way of like a technique of doing something that may not be written down. It may just be like passed through experience.
And even so, reading a textbook is good and all, but sometimes if you don't know like what you're supposed to be looking for, you may not be reading the right textbook to learn the things to do the full like, this is what's needed to do your thing. and like have it structurally sound and like working good and safe.
I was going to say Tiffany just brought up a fantastic point. A great example of this. Try to Wikipedia like a complex topic. Like try to Wikipedia like multivariable calculus or something, or like eigenvectors or something like that. Like if you look up a complex topic on Wikipedia, or if you look up like deoxyribonucleic acid or something like that, DNA, on Wikipedia, they'll give you a general overview of it, but if you start to read down further, it gets into really technical stuff really fast that's probably based off of like current papers that have been established on the subject. So really quickly, if you don't know what you're looking for, you'll start to get over your own head very, very quick if you just jump into a textbook or if you just jump into a description like Wikipedia. But if you have proper training in understanding what things you need to learn before other things, it really helps you to structure and to increase the speed at which you can learn.
Well, even in proper training, if you're put on a job that's like something that you learned in college or just learned however way you learned it, and then there was like a specific thing that needed to happen, but you didn't know that, it makes it really difficult. Like you may have a good broad like range of knowledge of something, but sometimes there's just the smaller little bits that like you overlook and didn't know and can just like destroy things.
Makes sense.
Yep, like if you don't put the right truss on the bridges,
Mm-hmm.
alright. Even if you did, if you don't like hook it up right, because there was where was it? It was like a big city area and they had like a walking bridge that went over the road. And because they like put it up so fast or whatever, just to like hurry up and have the project done, within a week, that bridge fell down and like a bunch of people got seriously injured. A couple people like died because they did not like follow everything they were supposed to. They were like, oh, we've just done this. We're gonna get it done within the time frame or like earlier so we can just be done with it.
Yeah.
You can't rush through stuff, especially if it's like a structure thing. If it's like a building, if you rush it, you could just seriously harm a lot of people.
Yep, they talk to us about that all the time at school. It's very interesting. Tiffany especially going for engineering, but even in physics stuff and in just like early classes, they'll just like say, hey, anybody who's gonna go into like building anything, look at this. If you don't set up your bridge right, oh, it wiggles and it wobbles and it just breaks apart because there's like frequency issues and stuff.
Even as an engineer, I may be getting my engineering degree here in Alabama. I cannot use my stuff in California because California has a lot of earthquakes and they have a lot of other stuff that goes on in their climate, just period, that if I did my like Alabama knowledge of how the environment is here and I took that over there, I would seriously like kill multiple people by accident because I didn't like incorporate the fact that their environment has to deal with a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So you just gotta know. Like, I may like know this knowledge, but if I went to another state, I can't technically use that because they just have different things they gotta learn.
Absolutely.
And like focus on.
Real quick, I just wanted to jump through the chat, catch up. Richard Taylor said, me multitasking in Aeternia, carpenter, homesteading, national historian. I love it. I appreciate it. And also, that'll be a really cool position to have when people come to visit our land, because a national historian for us would just be somebody who could like walk people through Aeternia and talk to them about it. Thank you, Tiff. Tuff said City Hall. Queen Marionette said, nah, not City Hall. That's open to the public. I agree. I think there will be a difference between like where the general public can go versus where like I live and like do my work. Empire of White One said, Emperor AP, you should make sure that when the city's built that nobody's printing the notes for themselves, so you should start building a police force now with you being the chief. That makes a lot of sense, but I will say, as of right now, the way that our notes work is on a very official process. So in order to purchase notes, you have to go to our Imperial Market, which is the only place that sells notes. So if you purchase notes, we just know who has what amount of notes. And so if somebody just like brought us some random notes and tried to cash it in, and we didn't have a record of them purchasing the notes, we wouldn't accept the notes. Like it's something where when you purchase notes, you are the person that has the notes. And if you want to exchange notes to someone else or something, you'd have to like go through us. It would just be in a more official process. Eventually we will have.
Otherwise, because your issue is not knowing if it's like really your note or not.
Exactly. So the way that we verify that it is our notes as of right now is just by who purchased it. So that's a limitation, but also a benefit to our currency is that you can't forge our currency right now because we have records of who has what currency. Eventually in the future, because we want people to be able to use that currency more freely and trade it with each other, we will have further security measures put in place to ensure it's harder and more expensive to forge them. But that, that'll be a process. But that is a good question. We will, I'm sure, eventually have a part of the House of Treasure being looking into things like fraud. Richard Taylor says, Queen, the class was free for me because I had a sponsor. I learned better by watching. And that's very, very cool. I also tend to learn better by watching stuff. Queen Marionette says, I enjoy being taught, but I'm very good at teaching myself. Very cool. Empire of White Wind says, I am as well, Queen. Tough said Titanic snuck because that iceberg. Agreed. Tough said me bad spelling caveman. Nah, I believe in you. Queen Marionette said bridges do not fall from structural problems. It's only God's will. I appreciate it. God wanted that bridge to just. Tough
It's
said.
okay, because like everyone who was on that project lost their jobs. They were just all fired.
Yup.
So
That's true.
they just probably shouldn't have been in the field anyway.
Makes sense. They will call you out. They'll revoke your license and stuff. Empire of White Wind said iceberg. Queen Marionette. Yup.
Yeah, you know the person who. Shoot. I'll have to get into it later because it sounds like it's gonna be like a long thing if I bring it up.
We'll talk about it. I got you.
It's just.
I'll remind you.
It was nuclear stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tough said, no, the ship was not complete and was on fire. What? Tough said the iceberg didn't help though. Empire of White Wind said ice, wave, 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 Titanic sink. Makes sense. Empire of White Wind says, I was meaning far in the future. Yes, far in the future, I'm sure we will absolutely have something like that to check on like fraudulent claims. Queen Marionette says it was also caused by the captain's stupidity. Whoa, that's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I don't know if you could say it's completely the captain though, because the captain, you're supposed to have someone who's watching out for stuff like
That's
that.
true. Like the second in command, or there should
Yeah,
be
and
multiple people who are like.
I mean, it's everyone's fault. They should have all been like watching, but for whatever reason, whether it was foggy or whatever, it just happened.
They were hella goofy.
It's okay though, because they didn't get to make it back home to be fired. They just, stayed out in the ocean. They were like, I'm vacationing in the Atlantic Ocean.
They said it's fine. Nobody can ever blame me if I'm not alive for it. White Wind said the USA is going to have pimples and micronations inside of it because of them growing. Oh, absolutely. Well, that I think is the idea behind micronationalism, is that one, if competitive nations start showing up, it forces macronations to change in order to like satiate the people who live within them. In order to make sure that they stay competitive, they'll start to have to adapt to the views of the people who are trying to change things as well, which will hopefully make life better and easier for people in macronations. But as well, micronations will always keep growing. We want to become macronations. So it's just something that macronations will have to get used to. Tough said, I sent a citizenship application. My nation is dead. I'm sorry to hear that your nation is dead, but the good news is we will be reviewing your citizenship application very soon, and we'll hopefully get you into doing content for us. Did you read in the application where it says the biggest thing for us is like creating content? Like if you don't want to pay the citizenship tax, which a number of our citizens do on Patreon, you can also just create content for us. And if you check yes, you'll create content, be thinking about what kind of content you might want to create for the channel, because that's the way that we would move forward with your citizenship. So the quicker that you can send us an initial piece of content, the quicker that your citizenship will be formally approved. Like we'll put out that content, We'll see what everybody says about it, and then you'll get an approval from all of us, and it'll just be like an official, like, hey, you were approved for citizenship. Here's your citizenship license. Like all this stuff. It'll be cool. So just let me know, Tough. Queen Marionette said the captain said they were too far from the iceberg belt and wanted to go to full speed so they can get to port faster. There, once the iceberg came to view, they did not have enough time to adjust. I am sorry to hear about that. White Wind said, Rip Tuff's nation. Agreed. I'm sorry to hear about that, Tuff, but I'm excited to see a new future prospering for us. Queen Marionette said their course. She said not belt LOL, that's asteroids, but I hope you get what I meant. Yeah, a section of icebergs, yeah. Richard Taylor said the Titanic is unsinkable, they said. They lied, they did. Nothing is ever indestructible. Everything fails eventually. I'll tell you what.
That is the funny thing that like a lot of people who are like really religious joke about. That like the captain, when they like first were gonna take the cruise, before they left, they were like, not even God can take this ship down or whatever. And then boom, sunk. It was like, oh, the irony.
God said bet, boy. Tuff said citizenship sent, content checked, taxes evaded.
What if it wasn't the
I
fact?
appreciate it.
What if it wasn't the fact that like they didn't see the iceberg and the whatever? What if he just like the captain himself goes, no, I told you the ship can't be destroyed. We're gonna go through the iceberg.
Yeah. He said, it is impossible to destroy the ship. I will break it with my bare teeth. He's just hanging on to the front of the ship.
Oh man.
He had a big piece of ice. I appreciate it, Tough. Again, be thinking about like what type of content you would want to make for us, because once you send us that content, we will be like able to fully approve it. That's basically what the email I'm going to send you soon is just saying, hey, Tough, I appreciate you sending us your application. We've reviewed your application. It looks like you want to create content for us. If you want to create content for us, what type of content would you want to create? The sooner that you send us that content, the first like piece of content, we can put it on our channel and we can approve your citizenship. Real quick, guys, I am gonna go though. Tiffany has stuff she needs to do. I have stuff I need to do, and she was just kind of notifying me of that. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all for hanging out on the streams. We have nearly 100 views right now. We have 87 playbacks, an average watch time of 14 minutes, which is great. 10 concurrent viewers. We almost got up to our record of 19 concurrent views all at once today. We haven't hit that in a couple of weeks, but we're getting close. 11 concurrent viewers right now. It would be possible on this stream. Queen Marionette said kamikaze. Richard said bonsai. Tuff said Allahu Akbar. White Wind said tree. Tuff said bye AP. See you soon. Queen Marionette said, will you get back to me on Insta? I absolutely will get back to you on Insta.
It's
Richard
up
Taylor.
on my phone. You just gotta reply.
Tiff said, I just got to reply. She already knows, but I see you laying in the background. Richard said, Tiffany is going to be an awesome empress. Wink. Wink at you. Tiff winked back. Real quick before we do leave, guys, I do want to give you all the credit of showing you where we are as far as our monetization, because you guys have been really pushing. Again, we're at 1150. We are really getting close to 1200, which is a big deal for us. Going up 100 subs for us is a really big deal. Of course, we have that 1150. We have 2,719 public watch time hours as of this thing. We hit 27, guys. As of the last stream and the stream before it, we were really hard trying to push for 27. We just hit 27. We're at 2719. Pretty soon here, we're going to be at 28. Once we hit 3,000, we're 3/4 of the way to monetization, guys. By the time Tuff's citizenship gets through, we're going to be like well on our way to 4,000 hours. Once Steven starts streaming as well, Steven's getting set up to stream. Once he starts streaming, we're going to be killing it. So that's going to be the big thing for me, is that we're going to push to that 4,000. With Steven's streams, we're going to get to 4,000. With our streams, we're going to get to 4,000. With all the people creating content, like Nathan for us, like Tuff for us, like Gray, we are going to be out here doing things that get us to not only monetization, but once monetization kicks in, that helps to just entirely push forward our our economy. That'll be like a few $100s extra a year that we'll have benefiting our economy. So that'll all be things that we can put toward land, and will all be investments into making Aeternia bigger and bigger and better right now before we even get that land. So we are developing the culture, the community, and the economy for our future right now. We are setting the groundwork for our land purchase, so that once we have our land purchase, it isn't now we're getting started, it's we've already got the things we need, let's grow even faster. So that's the idea. We're racing toward being a real nation, a real macro nation, and as a micronation right now, I think we are well on our way to amazing success. So I appreciate you guys. Again, I am a little bit late on a couple things to send out as far as our Imperial Market, but that will be sent out very, very soon. Queen Marionette said, LOL. Richard Taylor said, good night, AP and Tiffany. Aeternia forever. Aeternia forever, Richard. I will see you soon. I'm excited to see your sword. I'm excited to meet you in person. I'm excited to see our national historian hanging out.
And have a good night as well, Richard.
Yeah.
You didn't say that, but you have a good night as well.
Thank you. You have a great night as well, Richard. From Tiffany and I, we appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for spending time with us. And I can't wait to see you on the next stream. Empire of White Wind said, AP on the Discord, could you teach me the good settings to stream and all this stuff? I will try my best. Hit us up with us talking about content. I'll get you started. Roland Brewer says, TH, AP, and Tiffany, everyone sleep well. Agreed. Everyone have a good night. Tuff said, legality of militias in your nation. We'll talk about that in the future because it kind of depends on what we do with the land and stuff. Right now, we're not really worried about it. Non-violent, we don't need anything like that right now. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. If you have that question in the future, we will hit it up on another stream. Talk to you soon. Peace, guys. Aeternia forever.